Gilmore-ness,
Y-
my treat of my
Hello?
week. Um,
Hello? You only like to speak to me about Gilmore things now that I'm in this world?
well, I need to obsess with you until this is over, so we got a little bit of time.
Yes, that's true.
Um,
And this is season 1 wrap up
wait,
stream.
hold on one second.
Oh,
I just want to say that I'm hearing our show back to us, so I'm gonna pause for a second.
oh no. I'm not hearing the show
Oh,
back to
I see what
us.
I'm doing. Okay.
You like to hear
Sorry,
us
I
double.
had that live. I think we should start over. I did. I did. No, hi, welcome to Gilmore Friends.
Welcome to Gilmore Friends. You had an echo cuz you want a party vibe.
Yes,
Yes,
yeah.
so you want more people and even if they're just in your own ears, it feels like there's more people here.
Right.
Like there's a giant party. Yeah.
I need to hear more about Gilmore Friends, and it's
Right.
like no matter what, I
Even if
will
it's an
do that.
echo, it's more about Gilmore Friends.
That's right.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I need
You're
double
that
time, double
obsessed.
speed. Yes, yes. And thank you for being obsessed with me. So, this is an episode where we wrap up season 1.
All of
Uh, I
season
ha-
1.
I have Carrie's head explosion predictions. I have all of those, and we're gonna break it down with characters this time. So we're gonna go through like Christopher and Dean and Emily and all of these things, and um, get into their devious plots and heads and all of that stuff. So I have them in alphabetical order because I dorked out on this whole thing. So follow along. Let us know what you all think. Let's get into it, shall we? This is Gilmore
Yes.
Friends. Okay. So
And as
the
a reminder, I am not privy to the chat.
that's right.
So only Hemda can read the chat. So if you want to say, I can't believe Christopher does X, Y, and Z later in season 4, I won't see that. So
Okay.
you are safe to chat, and I am not allowed to look at the chat, which again means you could insult me, and I won't see it. And I will be censored from those comments as well. So spoilers or insults, put them in the chat.
Awesome. Okay. So we're going to start with Christopher. So Christopher only had one full episode, but it was a full episode of
Yes.
Christopher. Like you got introduced to him. You got introduced to him. I already know him very well.
Yes.
You got introduced to him the episode before he came in, just coming in, riding his motorcycle into this small town and just being the rebel. And that was just like a hello.
Yes. That was a cartoonish entry because it was
Yes.
on we are being introduced to the cool guy. And this is Hollywood's archetype of the cool guy. And you can tell he's the cool guy because he has a motorcycle.
Right.
And therefore he's cooler than all of us.
And
Uh
dangerous,
and dangerous and
edgy.
edgy and
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm like, and this is Rory's dad, you know?
Yeah. And I think it's so like I know that it's the motorcycle and it's already the leather jacket and we haven't really even seen him and then his first line in the whole series is nice shirt, take it off. Now, I understand it's a joke. I
Right.
understand it's a joke, but you're also saying that to the mother of the child that you've never visited,
Right.
and you're also saying it in front of that child. And it shows so much how like, there's a lot of people who live with one parent and then they sort of like fantasize about this other parent who doesn't exist. And what's funny about us as humans is that we fantasize good things only.
Right. Right.
Like how did
Especially
she
when things are rough with the parent that you have. You're like, mom has rules and dad is free. So, but it doesn't sound like Rory does that a lot, right?
but she's so into him. She's just like, "Oh my god, he's here, maybe he'll stay," things like that.
Right.
Things that, show her as sort of like this little girl by the window sort of feel.
Yeah. It
And
has a break your heart kind of vibe because Lorelai knows that he's not going to stay,
right.
you know? So,
So it's like so to me that means she is making up nice things because what nice things has she said? Lorelai has to tame that feeling in her like it's okay if he doesn't, like, just understand that he might not
Right.
stay, but, like, let's just enjoy him while he's here, you know? And as the parent who has to put down the rules, who's putting her through school, who feeds her, I mean, Pop Tarts. But again, now we're judging Lorelai, but she's been there the whole time. You
Right.
know, what did he feed her? You know, anytime we want to criticize that person that's there, the parent that's there, we have to go, well, what did this other guy do?
Right.
So, and Mayhem is saying you can tell he's cool because he catcalls the mother of his child.
Yeah, and that makes
Exactly.
you cool. Exactly. I mean, I feel like that's not something you don't do in front of the child, maybe? I don't know. I don't
Yeah,
have kids.
I
Do you
think it.
call the mother of your child in front of the child?
Do you want your mother being catcalled by the guy that's not in your life at all?
No.
You know, and you have a sense of humor, you know, it's not the catcalling, it's the, this is what you have to say. This after all this time of you not
Right.
being
And
here.
we don't have a sense of how often Christopher and Lorelai actually speak, do we? Like we don't know if they have like a monthly check-in. Do they email each other? Do they, like how
Not
does Christopher keep up on what's going on with Rory, or does he at all?
You kind of, they're a little vague about it, but you get the sense by him saying that he's, well, them mentioning that Christopher has never even been in their town and that
Right.
he also lives in California. So how often, so I don't know how often they call and tell each other. I assume that he must something, and email does exist, although I don't think these people are online yet.
Does not seem like
I
it.
don't think
But I
so.
mean, does Christopher speak with Lorelai's parents, for example? Like, are they on each other's like Christmas lists? Do they?
Yes, it must be because I remember earlier in the season, Richard goes, "Oh, I hear his business is booming. He's doing a
Right.
really great job."
Right.
And
So
and they give Rory the credit, like, "Oh, you're really smart. You must get it from your dad." And it's like,
right, and we get the sense that the parents are still in touch with the with Christopher's parents because we meet them too.
right,
So
right,
they must run in the same social circles and like keep up on what's happening with Christopher,
right.
and so that it trickles down to I'm impressed that Lorelai didn't spend 16 years talking smack about Christopher, you
I
know?
mean, it's the right thing to do, and you she has a softness for him as well. Like, no matter how neglectful, uh, he is, she sleeps with him. Like, no
I
matter.
cannot can we just that was the most upsetting and random occurrence on the show. The fact
Mm.
that they have balcony sexual intercourse.
While Rory and her parents are downstairs in their house, while, like, we just got into a fight, like, Strobe almost punched Richard. I mean, there was so much that was happening, and they're like, "Wanna have sex?"
Yeah.
And
Um,
which I, you know, I went into my whole theory about how this is her drug. This is Lorelai's drug, is Christopher.
right,
And she just was like, "I'm so upset. Everything's going wrong. Let me take a hit of this." And she
right.
did. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah,
And
so
she should
here.
have been painting a diner. She was supposed to be painting a diner, and
Oh, that's
instead she was
right.
stooping her baby daddy.
Oh, that's right. And
Mhm.
he's faking that his business is going well.
Yes, and then I think I said this in our episode that like anytime a credit card is denied on screen, it means that that's a shady person. It doesn't
Yeah.
mean a bank error. It means you are shady
And
if
then
your credit card is denied.
he tells Rory not to rat on him.
Yeah, that's disgusting. And
Like,
how dare he? And very rude. Yeah.
yeah, why did you even offer, you're so far away from what your finances are that you are offering Rory uh, a book, and that book is getting denied? Like, so that means your bank account is fried and your credit cards are maxed.
Yeah. Yep.
That's
Not a good
ugh,
sign.
ugh.
Don't tell your mom. Come on.
Yeah, and just letting all this stuff happen as he's pretending to be father of the year and saying he wants to be a pal to Rory. A lot of pal roaming around.
That's such a red flag to me. Anytime
So,
someone wants to be my pal, I'm like, I don't
a
trust you.
as your parent,
Yeah. No,
a
you're my dad.
yeah, you
Yeah.
don't get to be a pal until you're a parent.
Right.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I think he's a bad father, which you wrote in the notes.
So
But I also
I titled every section, and this is the bad father section, but I don't have another section for Christopher because these are the
we
only
had one
colors he's shown.
episode to get to know him. I think obviously he comes back somewhere in the series. We have not seen the last of Christopher. Um, but we're setting him up that it is Lorelai's weak spot and that he's an unreliable person. And
Yeah.
so he's going to come back and make some promise to Rory and then break the promise. And she's going to have to learn again and again and again my father is not a reliable person.
Yeah, I mean that's a good prediction. Although you don't see a face on me. What they're in the chat right now, they're agreeing with all of this,
Oh,
with the take off your shirt part, with telling your with telling your kid to keep a secret. All of it is
yeah.
just yeah. I mean, I don't know how you can argue that. So
Yeah.
we can move from Chris and uh in the episode Carrie and I decided that we're not even going to call him Christopher because he prefers that, and so we're only calling him Chris.
Okay.
So goodbye,
Chris.
Chris.
Goodbye,
Yeah,
Chris. I don't remember saying that, but yes,
yeah. So
Chris.
then, yeah, we started calling him Chris as if it was a swear word.
Hmm.
And from now on, we're just going to call people Chris's when we don't like them. But
But do you
shout out to
think,
the
do you see
Chris's in the audience.
Chris's are often nice people. Did you see the parallel between Chris and Rachel?
No, what was the parallel?
Just unreliable and like leaves and like doesn't
Oh,
stick around and can't be dependable as a partner.
hello, Gilmore friend.
So Luke and Lorelai have that in common that both of their exes are flaky.
Oh my God, is it wrong that I have chills?
Yes. You are incorrect for your chills.
Okay, okay.
That was not chills worthy.
I take him back and I'm just gonna be chill about it. That's what I
Okay,
meant.
that's
I'm
what you meant.
totally
Is it
chill
wrong that
about
I'm
this.
so chill? No, that is not wrong.
Okay, so okay. Now we're gonna go to Dean because Dean, I loved your first response to Dean. It was a lot of, oh, he's got confidence, and I even have
Mhm.
like just a category of confidence for the Dean character.
Yeah.
So the first way that he shows his confidence is that he admits to stalking Rory before
That's
they
right.
met.
Yes, he's like, "I watched you do this and then do that, and then you walked over here and you bought this." And she's like, "Okay." But he's the new guy in town.
Mhm.
So he's trying, maybe he was a loser in his old town, we don't know, but he's reinventing himself as the confident kid or he's just this way naturally. Um and I
And
found it a little off-putting. I found
hmm.
that he lacked humility.
Why,
Um
yeah, why off-putting? What kind of humility should he have? Like I think it's he just has like severe eye contact and Rory's going, uh, Chi-Town, Oprah, she's just maybe it just doesn't like go because she's being a buffoon and he's just like straight.
yeah.
But I don't know, you called it stalking. So,
I thought he came on a little strong for me for a 16-year-old,
mm.
who doesn't have a life experience to be like, I mean, and she's very snappy back. She's very quick, to reply, but she's awkward.
But
And
you didn't feel that way about Tristan, who's also confident and in people's face. Was that just more appropriate age-wise, like the way he was confident?
well, Tristan is a villain though. So
Yeah,
he's sillier about his confidence.
I see.
So like
Oh, so
because
so Dean is
we're supposed to like Dean, right? Like Dean
yeah.
is like the heartthrob. But his first introduction to me was that he came on a little strong.
Hmm.
I don't know,
And
and I like confidence, like, you don't wanna be with a guy with no confidence,
right.
but you also wanna be with a guy who can admit that, like, he has a flaw somewhere, you know?
And his confidence shows later because he surprise kisses Rory in the market while he's working. And
Yeah.
see that's where I thought his confidence was a little too much. First of all, I don't like being surprise kissed. I don't like the first kiss as a surprise. I like your surprise face about me not wanting a surprise kiss. Why? What happened? What?
But you like the slow lean in for 5 minutes?
You know what? Yeah.
Just just make it take forever. Be like, "I'm gonna kiss you in 5 minutes, but I'm gonna move it really slowly."
I guess I do. Yeah, because it's just I'm talking to you and then all of a sudden your face is on mine.
Right, because it's sort of like, were you even listening to what I was saying? It says, like, "Let me kiss you to shut you up,"
And it
which
also it's like I'm not ready for that. Like what kind of kiss are you going in for? Like it is your mouth open? Like what is happening? I
oh,
guess he just pecked her. I don't maybe I'm being too much, but like the chat is saying so Mayhem is saying Dean deserves grace for being weird because he's 16 and an outsider for now, he says.
right.
Or they say. I don't know who Mayhem is. Why am I thinking Mayhem is a dude? Just because
Mayhem is a dude.
historically that's what it's been in my life?
Mayhem is always a man.
Oh.
Women are calm.
And then, oh yeah, here's another piece of weird confidence. I thought this was too confident. He's in Lorelai's house for the first time.
Yes. Let me is it my turn to speak? I'm not going anywhere. I'm sorry, I cut you off. You were gonna
No,
say that.
that's fine.
Right.
Like,
But talking to the mother of the girl you like and being like, "Is it my time to speak? I'm not going anywhere. And if you want me," like he over sassed Lorelai,
right.
and she was like, "I was already gonna slap you, but like you're being too much right now."
And
Like,
Lorelai's the one that invited him to the house. So you
was that
already,
was the awful pizza dinner night where they all sit on the
yes,
floor even though there's a couch and then they have to lean over each other to get to the coffee table with the snacks?
yes.
Still bothers me. I stay up nights wondering about this setup. I need answers. What if I refuse to do season 2 until I get answers about that couch table setup? So weird.
If I, because I've been gathering trivia. Oh my God, I love the trivia I've been gathering. So if I ever find the trivia of why they sat on the floor, it has to be some sort of cinematography situation of the camera works well if we sit on the floor. I don't know why though, because the couch was perfectly
I
good.
don't know. I've seen a lot of shows where people sit on couches and it works. Call me. I don't know. I'm not a showrunner. I don't know.
You think they didn't have like a budget for couch
I
sitting?
think the couch broke and they were like, what do? We can't not have a couch. Keep it in the shot, but nobody can sit on it.
Let's just start that rumor.
All right.
Yeah, the
You heard it
couch
here,
broke.
folks.
Yeah.
Send it out.
Yeah. So Dean stays for a while and he loves Rory. And he reads all the books she asks him to read, no matter how many ski last names.
I like that he reads
Yes.
because a lot of boys don't read because reading is for girls.
And also a lot of shows depict readers, or at least in our time, which was in this time, as the dorks, the people who are boring, the people who don't want to come out to a party, they don't want to do the fun thing, they're not teenagers. There's a lot of like slap the books out of my hand sort of situation.
Yes,
So,
yes, exactly, exactly. There was a lot of derision for books. So I like
yeah.
that he reads because you can be cool and be reading, that whoa, never seen that in a show.
Right. I think
Um,
I think when we say times have changed, I think this is one of the so if you're like millennial and lower in age, are you guys allowed to read in public? Because we were not.
yeah, millennials chime in. Are you
Yeah.
allowed to read?
Yeah. We were if you said you were going to the library, you had to keep that hush hush. If you were
Right, or
interested
that
in
had to be
books,
code for I'm going to a crack house.
right. You were lying to your parents about going to the
Right, I'm going
library.
to the library, wink, and that meant I'm
Yeah.
going to the brothel.
Yeah, there was, like, all-night libraries that we made up so that we can go out.
Yeah, and to study.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he reads the books that she recommends, whether he likes it or not, and then oh, this is what and a lot of Gilmore friends love this. Do you remember when he was at the dance and one of the Paris posses was, like, hitting on him, like, pretending to be subtle, but totally not? He stands behind Rory 'cause she goes, "How tall are you?" Because it's sexy when you she doesn't use these words, but
Right.
and
Yeah.
he stands behind Rory and goes, "I don't know, does it work for you?" And I'm like, "Swoon."
Yeah. He handled that interaction, and, like, how many episodes had they been together by the time he goes to the dance? It wasn't that many, right?
It couldn't have been that many because it was before their 3-month anniversary.
Right.
Right.
So, I thought that like, by then, by that scene, I was, like, pro Dean. I was like, "Oh, he's, like, cool and, like, protective without being, uh, uh, obsessive or possessive, protective without being possessive, huh? Huh?
Mhm,
Where like
mhm.
he's like, I already got a girl, and like your flirting is immune. I'm immune to your flirting, and
Yeah.
yeah.
Which is so the way you want your partner to respond, and I
Hmm.
don't even think adults do that well, which is just so sad.
I don't
When
know. What does your
when
man do if somebody hits on him in front of you?
probably doesn't even realize.
Yeah, exactly. I
Like,
don't.
just does not I have to be like, You know, she was hitting on you," and he's like, "No, she was just trying to run her fingers through my hair." Like,
Right,
it's
right, right.
just
No, she just found lint on my shoulders for
right.
5 minutes. You're like, all right, whatever.
Okay. Yeah. Like, I believe you, which is crazy, but
Right.
yeah. Stack Mook is saying couches don't look like couches on TV. You got to use a series of chairs covered in cloth like cows. You have to use horses painted like cows. It's classic TV shenanigans.
Oh, my bad. Yeah. You have to use chipmunks in like a trench coat to form a
Yes.
couch, and they ran out on the show. That's why they all just sit on the floor.
Yeah, they
It's
just
just
didn't have the
movie magic,
budget.
guys. Just movie magic. Yeah.
So then there was also, oh, and the fact that like Dean wants to celebrate a 3-month anniversary and spend his crazy hard-earned money stocking shelves at the local grocery store in a small town. All 3 months of his work must have paid for this Italian dinner where he bought her 3 different pastas, 2 different desserts, and
Yeah.
and a
Hey,
car.
you know where they save money though, going out to eat, is neither of them ordered alcohol. I'm
That's
saying you
true.
can double the cost of an Italian meal if you get a glass of if you each get a glass of wine or like
So
an
true.
aperitif or like a, God forbid you have a glass of port at the end of the meal. That's another 30 bucks right there.
So
So,
true. That's such a big deal. Like along the way, friends have stopped drinking and you go out with them and they're like, this is half of what I normally
yeah, the
pay.
first time I had brunch without drinking, I was like, brunch is affordable because I didn't have 3 Bloody Marys. And I'm like, oh, I can go out to brunch again.
Yeah, even the meatball to go was like, yeah, that's fine.
Oh, that's so I'm still annoyed with the meatball. Made up an inside joke 10 minutes ago and then use it to alienate people that you encounter the rest of that evening. You know better. Rude. All right. But yes, the 3-month anniversary was very cute. That was though his he didn't want to change his work schedule and wanted her to get out of Friday night dinner. Maybe he thought, to be generous, maybe he thought she was always looking for an excuse to get out of Friday night dinner.
uh
Maybe he thought she hated it and was trying to help her get out of one.
I want to give you that, except I think it's just the writers going like, we need to get Rory out of this so we can hook up Lorelai and
Right.
chase
Oh,
Bradford,
yeah, we needed Chase so badly.
chasing his hand.
Oh, his limp hand. You and I
uh,
wigged out at that.
Do you
And
all
anyway,
okay, so the Gilmore friends that are rewatching and rewatching, do you because I will forever remember Chase Bradford's hand reaching out to Lorelai, like, "Can we go to the other room for whatever, aperitif?" I don't know. I will always remember that. I think that might be the way that Carrie and I, if we ever can get together in person
we have been
again,
thwarted by the universe. What,
we have
15
been
times now when we try to hang out in person?
this is bananas. This
Yeah.
is the universe, like, somehow wanting to be like, "No, one of you smells, and you need to get that together before you all see each other in
Is that what
person."
the universe is telling us, that one of us smells? Is that your theory on why we can't hang out?
What? We canceled, like, one was weather, one was I suddenly had
I
to,
still have
like
your birthday present. I got your birthday present in the summer, by the way. And it sat here, and I was so excited when it became December, and then it was Christmas. Okay, it's a Christmas gift now or whatever.
Wow.
Now it's freaking mid-February.
And we still haven't seen each
I
other.
haven't seen you in person,
No. I
but you
feel
live
like
inside my mind.
I know. I feel like we somehow passed by each other's house, and maybe this is all in my head, but we needed to be in other places,
No,
and
according to you, one of us stinks. This is so mean. Weigh in the chat. Who do you think stinks? That's what I want to know.
Yeah, so we haven't been able to see each other, but Why were we bringing that up?
Why
I
did
don't
that come
know.
up again?
Side note. Let's see. Well, oh, the 3-month anniversary. I don't freaking know, but that yeah. So we're on Dean's side. Oh, we needed to get Chase together. Oh, so this was my whole point.
Oh, yes.
Is you and I will now be reaching out for each other.
That's how we engage.
Yes.
So, like, for those of you who are listening only to the show, you're missing the visuals of us reaching for the camera the way Chase reaches for Lorelai across a table, which logistically wouldn't work even if she did take his hand. It was so gross. Ugh.
I almost want to meet the actor because I'm hoping that he's not like that. Like I'm hoping he's such a good actor
Yeah.
that he's nothing like this in real life because I don't know how anyone would
That
deal
audition
with
tape
him.
must be hilarious, though. Can you imagine that
Oh,
audition tape? Be
yeah.
like, "Oh, no, sorry, can you turn up the douchiness by, like, 15%? 15 more percent? 15 more okay, perfect, you got the role."
Yeah.
You know?
Reach out for Lorelai. Let's see how you shape your hand.
Be
Oh,
more
perfect.
smug. Be more
Yeah.
smug when you say it. Ugh,
Mhm.
gross.
Yes, it's quite something to pick your locale.
So, we
Oh, so
end
Dean is fantastic.
Dina's fantastic. This date, they're having fun. They're finally relaxed around each other. And then he's like, "We're going to part 2 of the date," which is in a
Beirut.
third world country. Yeah. And he says, "I'm building you a car," which is very sweet. Um,
And then loses his
and then
mind.
loses his mind. And I'm thinking this is the first time we've seen Dean angry at all, right?
Yeah,
He
yeah,
was
because yes, because he was stern when he
Mhm.
was talking to Lorelai, like, "I'm not going anywhere," but it wasn't angry, it was, like you
And he
said,
wasn't angry when
confident.
he was talking to Tristan or the mean girls. The
He was angry, he's like, "You better not because I'll kill you." He
Oh,
said,
he
"I'll
already
kill
threatened
you."
death?
Well, he said, "I wouldn't if I was you," and he's like, "Why?" "Because I'll kill you." Like,
Okay,
as
but
if,
that
like yeah, that
right,
wasn't
so but that was I'm not counting that as anger.
but
Like,
it
he's
was
not
anger.
it was? Okay.
But it was provoked anger, and it was I thought it was appropriate because Tristan was in his face, and,
Right, so
um
there's okay, so there's anger at something, and then there's anger directed at you. And if you
yeah.
have a partner who has anger directed at you, it can be terrifying. And I really hate this scene, the breakup scene, which I could not believe was an actual breakup scene. Um, he says, "I love you." She doesn't say it back, and he dumps her.
Yeah, and we know that Rory didn't dump him, like, for being angry with her, for taking a moment, trying to express, "Hey, saying I love you is no small thing for me, I'm gonna need a minute." He's like,
We go
how
talk
could
to
you
your
need a
mommy
minute?"
about it. Yeah.
That's right, he was cruel on
Yeah.
top of that.
Yep. Yep.
That was cruel. So we just suddenly got and then I think some people could say, "Hey, he's 16, he doesn't know how to manage his emotions." Like, yeah, sure, but it's still not cool. It's still you still mocked her. The person you just said you love, you
Right.
didn't have any patience for her, where love is patience, isn't it? Love is
Yeah.
patience,
Love is
love is
patience, love is
kind.
kind. That's what I've
Right.
heard. I
Right.
don't know where I heard that, but that's yeah.
Yeah. So
But,
that's
like, no, he didn't wait for her he didn't give her a beat to, like, feel that and, like, think about it, and that would have been more romantic.
Yeah. Like him helping her and like, "Hey, you don't have to say anything right now." I mean, we are asking a lot of a
I know.
teenager, but we're not asking a lot for him not to get angry and just downright just gross about it, but we might be asking a lot for him to understand how to be tender in that moment fully and perfectly. But that I was like, maybe you guys should break up and he needs to go to his corner or something, like, I don't know,
Right.
that was not comfortable at all.
Yeah. But
So,
that was, love turns to anger. And, like,
yeah,
they didn't show it on camera, but that ride home must have
yeah.
been agony.
Luckily, the whole town is 2 blocks, so how far could it
Right, and
go?
yes, and luckily
Yeah.
the whole town knows who he is, so he can't leave her stranded, without
Yeah, and can I say, the town after that sounded like they were really just I mean, if we expect Dean to not get angry when he's 16 and the love of his life I know, but, like, when she doesn't respond, how shouldn't we expect from the town that they don't get angry and respond, like they clearly have to this little boy. The
Right.
Dean says, "I hate this town that you guys have been on me because I broke up with my girlfriend." Like, if we expect him to be an adult and he's not, how are all these adults coming at him? That's
Yeah.
so nuts. It was
So
so
ridiculous.
gross.
There's
Yeah.
a target on his back.
And that's kind
So
of all we knew about Dean. Even though they got back together, we didn't really like
but they got
see.
back together in literally the last 4 minutes of the entire season.
That's right. Yeah. So we
So,
don't
like,
know.
I don't know how awkward it's gonna be with them because they're gonna have this between us that, like, when you get angry, you break up with me,
Right.
you know?
Right.
Like,
Or
that's
when
not
when you don't get the response that you want, you
right. When I
get
don't
angry
when I don't do exactly what you want me to do, you break up with me. You get angry and break up with me. It's, like,
when it's
not an
unexpected.
yeah, you can't behave that way.
And you know what Star Trek stuff is saying? I love this comment. I think Dean's reaction was more realistic for a teenage boy than even remembering a 3-month anniversary. Interesting.
Mm. Mhm.
Interesting.
That is a
Especially
good
at the time.
yeah.
We kind of expected our boys to be angry when they didn't get what they wanted. That's what I expected. I know not everyone's like that, but the expectation was it was okay for men to respond with anger when they don't get what they want. It wasn't abusive or wasn't depicted as abusive unless they like hit you or are angry all the time, unless it like
Right, but,
progresses.
like, if I remember that feeling, though, like, if a guy said he liked you and you didn't like him back, you were, like, afraid
Yes.
to tell
Mhm.
him. Like, "I just like you as a friend. I don't please don't hit like, don't be mad at me," you know?
Yeah,
And, like
I remember walking down the street and if you got like whistled at or hit on by strangers on the street, I remember being very scared letting people down, letting guys down. Even when I mean, as soon as you got boobs, you were getting hit. At 11, I remember grown adults just and you couldn't go, ew. You just whistled at. You couldn't say things like that. You couldn't tell the truth.
right, the
You had
only way
to.
to get out of it was to say, "I have a boyfriend,"
Mhm.
which is to imply, "I would, but I am someone else's property."
And not just that, you can disrespect me, but you can't disrespect this other guy
Yes,
that is now in the
exactly,
picture.
exactly. And if you and my boyfriend that I made up wanna have a discussion about who gets me, I can be passed off to you
Mhm.
because I'm property, right, and, like, one of the things I forget where I read it, but, like, one of the first feminist messages that got through to me was, like, "If a guy hits on you and you're not interested, don't tell him you have a boyfriend."
Yeah, that was
Men
rough,
men
right?
need to learn how to hear, "I am not interested."
I remember that transition of 1, not saying that I have a boyfriend, and 2, not giving a fake phone number.
Yeah,
Being adamant about,
yeah,
"No, I am not interested, and
right,
you need to manage your emotions on that."
right, and if you want me to tell you why I'm not interested, I can't help you. It's
None of your
it's a
business.
vibe.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't
I
like, now.
appreciate that you shot your shot, but, like, I'm not gonna pretend I'm engaged so that I don't have to talk to you. You're gonna
Yeah.
have to learn how to understand that not everybody wants to talk to you, and you're not entitled to my time, and you're not entitled to my body or my smile or whatever, you know? And that
Yeah, I
was one of the
remember.
first, like, "Oh, yeah." That was, like, how it registered that, like, no.
Mhm. And I had to be like, "Gulp.
Yeah, I know,
No,
it's
the first couple times were just so scary." I
mhm.
remember cowering
Yeah,
because you
it's
saw it
terrifying.
coming. You saw it coming sometimes on the street. In New York, you walk a lot and you see it coming. If you see a group of guys, you feel it coming and you kinda like you hold yourself a little bit. Sometimes I would physically cower. I would put my shoulders front, like I could feel myself trying to be invisible. Sometimes I would cross the street because it wasn't kind. It was it was just thrown at you
Yeah.
and you weren't allowed to react. Like and then they go, "But I'm flattering you." And to this I say for this was a while ago. I don't know that so many men are doing it like this now, but I remember trying to explain this like this because a lot of guys would say, "Hey, we're how would we talk to you?"
It's a
But
compliment. Why
yeah,
can't
it's
you
a
take a
compliment.
compliment?
Also, how am I supposed to ask people out? How, if I want to talk to you, why am I not allowed to talk to you? And I'm like, you know what? That's a fair point. Think about it this way. If you would want to talk to a guy, would you approach them in this tone, in this manner? And if the answer is no, Don't approach me like that.
Yeah.
If we're in the supermarket and you want to say like, "Hey, how's your day?" That's different than almost grabbing me with your I mean, some guys would even grab. It was weird. I remember one time this guy was clearly following me and I was getting off the train. I made a couple of weird, decisions to see if he was actually following me and I was so nervous. I went in front of a construction site. I saw this guy standing in front of a construction site and I was like, "Hey," and it used to be that when you passed a construction site, there's no way you weren't getting
Yeah.
hooted and hollered at. But those same guys,
They
you can trust when
they
you
wanna
go
be
up to them.
heroes. Yep.
Yeah. And so I was like, "Hey, this guy's following me. Can I stand next to you?" And they straighten out and are like, absent, like they're your dad now.
Yes.
It is,
Because they get to white knight you. They get to be the hero, whereas previously they might have been the attacker, not the attacker, but the on the other side of it.
yeah.
That's my trick when I feel afraid is I go up to the scariest looking person and I ask them to help me
Mhm.
because they're so eager to show that they're not dangerous because they look so rough.
Yeah, I go to, like, the
But
biggest person, the
the
tallest
biggest, meanest
person.
looking dude, and you just go, "I think this guy's a creep." And he
And by
goes,
the way, the meanest, creepiest looking person, I'm looking by men's rules. I'm looking like, "I'm not scared of you, but I know this guy will be
"Oh,
because
yeah, yeah,
you're
yeah."
taller." It's
Yes,
not.
exactly.
Yeah.
No, and it's very rarely that the biggest, meanest looking dude is actually the meanest
Mhm.
dude. It's always he's the teddy bear, the
Mhm.
bigger, more face tattoos, crazy piercings, like just scowl. And then he's like, you know, just a love puddle of like,
Mhm. It's suddenly
snuggles.
okay that he's calling you sweetheart.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And he's like, I got you, my little sister. I got called little sister by like
Yeah.
this rough looking dude. And I was like, yay. I'm like,
And suddenly you
he's,
feel okay.
yeah, I'm like,
Oh,
he's got my back.
shout out to the guys who have
Yeah, I love
made
the
us feel
rough looking
comfortable.
dudes. And then every now and then he really is a rough guy. And you're like, wow, that's weird.
That's because every now and then, all of everybody is a rough, terrible person.
Right.
There's gonna be one.
Yeah.
So yeah, Dean turned into this thing. Now we don't know. They're back together, and we're gonna go into your predictions later on. But one of the things is they're dating again, which I don't know, makes sense,
But
doesn't
now
it?
Tristan's going to kill Dean. Tristan gave him such stink eye. Burst into tears.
That's right. That's right.
Like at the end of that season, at the end of the episode, end of the season, the stink eye daggers coming from Tristan's face hurt me.
Because Tristan tried everything to manipulate that to be to happen, and she's just not yours anymore. So yeah, that's a good point. Tristan did
Yeah.
have. Yeah, that's where we left it. Yeah. All right. So we'll get to see more of that in season 2. Thanks to you people who are listening. We get to keep going with this series. So thanks for clicking all those buttons, the like buttons, the share buttons, the comment buttons. Love them, love them, love them. And now we're going to go to Emily.
Emily, you and I differ on our opinions of
Every
Emily.
time, every time. We get into some of my favorite Gilmore fights about
Yeah.
Emily. I love
Where
them.
I'm
But
defending her.
yes,
And
if you notice, I put Emily. There's two different things about Emily. There's the kind, soft, tender moments,
mhm.
and there's the harsh overstepping. So I'm not completely blind to when she has those moments. However, we differ from when they are. So yeah.
Right. And we
Mhm.
differ on our opinions on her motivations for different
Mhm.
things. Where I think
Yes.
she's motivated by actual tenderness and you think she's motivated by manipulation.
Hasn't proven otherwise, but let's get
Well,
to
yeah.
it. Do you want to start with the tender moments or the not tender moments?
Let's start with the harsh moments because I
Okay.
feel like I'm more defensive of her in the harsh moments.
Yeah. Okay. So in episode 8, she was happy. Let's see, what I write? Happy when she knows more than Lorelai about Rory's life.
Because she
Right.
reads the newsletter.
Yes. So she's like, this week is an interesting week. Oh my God. Why is it an interesting week, Emily? Well, I mean, your mom, you must know. Yes, I know. But let's say I don't. What do you know? Come on.
Right.
Go ahead, defend.
I'm just saying she has less to do in a day than Lorelai does, and she reads more. And yeah, she was being a little. I mean, the action is not defendable, but I think she really is interested in Rory's life.
She is.
Like that is a genuine interest.
That's
Uh,
not what I'm thinking she's harsh about. I'm thinking she's harsh about not
Point.
understanding that she does have more time, and instead of bringing it up to her own daughter to include her, she says, "I bet I know something you don't."
Right. Right. So she's not graceful in how she brings it up,
Oh,
but
we're calling
like
it graceful.
it's not graceful.
Oh,
She
you're
wasn't
so nice
graceful
to Emily. Why? Why?
because she reminds me of my mother and
Oh
my grandmother.
no.
These are the wasps that raised me.
Okay, all right. Then there's another time where she uninvites Lorelai to the Christmas dinner party.
That I give you that one. That was fucked up.
It was, and what's funny is I think that's even more appropriate because it's like, hey, we're in a fight. You don't want to be here. I don't want you to be here. Let's be real. That was more real. That's so funny that you're like, no, that's when she's harsher.
Yeah.
Because I understand, like Christmas, you're just supposed to just put everything aside. But okay. And then there's she's smug about knowing it's Parents' Day. And she says, well, if you're so busy, I guess I can go.
I don't think she
What is
says it like that. She's like, I'm happy to step in. She's happy to play the role of parent if Lorelai is legit busy. It takes a village. She's a member of the village. She's in the tribe, the clan of raising this kid.
and you sincerely think she said it like that to her child?
I gotta rewatch the clip, but I don't think she said it like, I can go if you're too busy. I don't think she said it like that. I think she was like, I'm happy to go in your place, you know.
Fair.
And I think
Uh,
she would have gone and taken notes and told Laura, like I think she just wants to be an involved parent.
but she's
She's
not the
getting the
parent.
do-over teenager. She's getting the
You
teenage
don't get to have that.
grandparents do. Grandparents get to go spoil their freaking grandbabies.
Directly at Rory, not through me. Mallory saying she so said it like that.
Like
Hi,
you said
Mallory.
it.
Yes, I
Mallory's on
assume.
your side.
I
Damn
assume
it.
she
Damn it. I
didn't
gotta watch
really
the clip
say.
again.
Okay, and then what else? Okay. Oh, quote? Do you have no shame? He's just a man, Lorelai. That's when, in all fairness, Lorelai's kissing Max in school, which
Is a terrible choice.
indefensible.
Just
Yeah.
bad. That's as bad as stooping Chris on the balcony.
You know what? Yeah, I'll give you
Keep
that.
it in your pants, Lorelai.
And you know what? Emily can feel that way. I think I would feel that way. Rory felt that way. There's the headmaster felt that way. Paris felt that way. Everyone.
How did Max not lose his job? He's still employed after that.
He was on watch though. It was really uncomfortable. But yeah, so that was the only time that Emily was like, what are you thinking?" And she was right, and it was not necessarily her business. The problem is because Emily doesn't rejoice in Lorelai's happy moments, she doesn't get to say about her not so good moments. Like if she keeps putting down your little motel that you work in, if she keeps putting down any of Lorelai's accomplishments and just her good parts of her life, she doesn't get to put her down when she's right even.
Yeah.
Yeah. Star Trek is saying he was on probation. By the way, shout out to Star Trek. Oh my god. Next
Which
Generation, so good.
is it specifically Next Generation?
No, for me in my head it is.
Oh, me too. I just wanted to
Yeah.
know if the username is
No.
just Star Trek.
Star Trek stuff 5129.
5129 is a star date,
Oh,
I think. I
are you
believe
that big a
5129 was
Trekkie?
written on I think 5129 is the start. It's on the is that not what's written on the Enterprise?
Oh my god, I don't know. You're like more of a Trekkie.
I don't know. Ask the user.
All right,
If
we'll
I'm
see. We'll
wrong, I'm gonna
see.
feel really stupid. Oh my
They'll
god. But
respond.
I'm a Next Generation kid.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, then tells Lorelai that trust fund from Trix will jeopardize the relationship with Rory. Quote, "She won't need you." She was completely convincing Lorelai that Rory only has this relationship with her because, she's tied to her and needs her, because she can't see anything beyond what she does to her kid.
Which is manipulate them with money?
Mhm.
Mm,
Not wanting to allow the grandkid to have the money is what else other than manipulation is it? I'll give you time. Meanwhile, Star Trek is saying,
oh,
oh, all Trek is good Trek, and also adding Enterprise is NCC 1701. You were close.
so what is 5129, Mr. Fancy Pants? Why does that sound familiar in a Star Trek way?
Don't you change the
I'm
subject.
changing the subject.
Don't
All
you?
right. The episode with Trix, that's the mother, right?
The great
The
grandmother at
great
this point.
grandmother
Yeah.
was the most screwed up episode ever in terms of money because Rory is already set. No matter what else happens, right?
True. Yeah.
Like she is a trust fund kid. She's not going to ever for want one way or
Right.
another.
That's true. That's true.
So what is the difference? Like Lorelai gets to be broke forever and her daughter gets to be rich. I mean,
Why is Emily trying to block that?
she's not.
But
She's
she
not blocking
is.
it. She's going to get the money eventually. She's going to get it when she turns 25 or
Yeah,
18
but
or
there's
whatever.
even a scene where Emily says to Richard, "Please make this stop." She's like, "Your mother's ruining everything." And she
Because
never steps out of line.
she wants to hold the the financial reins of this relationship.
Manipulation.
But it's still not coming from Lorelai.
No, it's the manipulation of Emily trying to convince Lorelai not to give Rory um any upper hand is what she sees it
Right, cuz
as.
she'll leave. Right,
Mhm.
because that's what Lorelai would have done. That's what Lorelai did do. And Lorelai left with no money.
She did it even without money. So doesn't that tell Emily something that
It shows
Lorelai
that
would.
it shows that Emily is still reeling from that. Emily
Yeah.
has not recovered that her daughter left.
Mhm. But and also Emily's right in the sense that Lorelai did come back for money. Now she
Yeah.
has her every Friday. So it is true that Lorelai will come back for money, and I'll give you that. There's been times where if I asked my parents for money, my life would have been a lot easier. And if I'm not going to treat them like how they want to be treated, I don't think I can ask them for money. And I didn't. So yeah, going back to Star Trek. Oh, ooh, Star Trek says Emily projects harder than your local theater. Ooh,
Oh.
sass McGrath. I love
Um
that line.
I just took a note that I'm going to Google what 5129 means later.
They said, I don't know why I put 5129. I'm looking for a way to change that lol. So we just
Oh my god, so it's totally random and I just assigned a meaning to it.
well now we do have to work on a meeting. That will be in our next Gilmore Friends
It's
meeting.
March or it's May 1st, 1929. Someone look up what
Mm.
happened that date and that'll correlate to Star Trek somehow, I promise.
Yeah, we have to make 5129 a thing now. Like now that has
I
to
really feel
happen.
like that was a star date. Like there was some Enterprise thing. No, I'm not going to keep saying it because now I'm wrong and that sucks. And I feel bad. My feelings are hurt.
Well, guess what? We're not done with Emily.
I
She
know.
also told Lorelai that she had an unusually large head as a child. Lorelai's first sentence was, "Big head wants Dolly." She was 4 years old when she was burning all of her pictures because she was so self conscious from what her mother told
Oh
her.
yeah, that was bad.
You think?
That was
Go
really
ahead,
bad.
defend.
Unusually large head. Yeah, well, you wrote okay. Well,
I only wrote facts.
yeah, you're right. That's
Okay.
indefensible.
All right. We can move on. That's all I wanted.
All right.
Judges Lorelai for the place she and Rory lived. So when Rory was a kid, she said, "You hated us that much to live there in a shed like a hobo." Now, In all fairness, I actually do understand how that triggers Emily, that you can provide a warm, loving, maid-filled existence, and that somebody you can I think you can see it as such a dismissal, and it was, to take your newborn child as a teenager when I could still call the cops on you and bring you right back, and to live in that place, to have to work around the clock as a maid and provide for your child while you're still a child. I must have been so bad. Now, there's no self reflection here.
Mhm.
There's, you should have loved me anyway because I tried. And in those moments, you kind of see both sides, because if I was a mom, my heart would be broken. But after 16 years, I would need to find a way to self reflect hard enough that I don't, that I get your love, or I know you well enough so that I can love you the way you need. I don't know.
Right. You're right, though, in that moment, she doesn't have any self-reflection at all. She wasn't like, "Maybe I did something that made you wanna leave."
And I think even with self-reflection, somebody like Emily, you'll never find her really coming to that, because the way that she grew up and the way that she understands life is, look how she deals with Tricks. Tricks can kick her in the face and she'd be like, "Yes, sir, may I have another?" Because that is the hierarchy. And Lorelai's the only one not playing ball in that realm that she grew up in. So it's like, where did I go wrong? I thought I told you what the hierarchy is and why aren't you playing ball? So I get how you can't get out of it, but that's how you end up being conservative and voting for the wrong person, if I may. I think you muted yourself. Yes, you did. Yes,
I
you
muted myself because I
yes.
had a coughing fit,
Oh.
and I kept feeling like I was gonna cough again, and I didn't unmute myself.
And then and we can let go ahead. Yes.
No, just that you brought it back around to politics. Thank you.
I know. I almost got more political than that and I held back, but
You did
okay.
yeah, you did great.
Yeah, thank you. And also is smug. She loves being smug. When Rory runs away and refuses to put her on the phone when Lorelai asks. Now, your
Yes.
child ran away. Your mother should be the warm point between the two of you, but instead, and she even turns to Richard and says, she ran away from Lorelai and came to us.
Right. She's a little too gleeful about that. But she wants a separate relationship with Rory that has nothing to do, you know? She never gets to hang out with Rory alone.
Well, invite her over. Don't be smug about the fact that she ran away.
Right. The smugness wasn't great, but kind of
But
see where she's coming from. She was delighted that
mm,
her granddaughter wanted to hang out with her.
yeah, you
That
could
she's
be.
a safe space. She provided a safe space, and that makes her happy.
I agree. Shut it down when the mother is like, "Oh my god, I was about to freak out. I didn't know where my child was."
Right.
You should know what that feels like, Emily. You didn't know where your child was
Right, right,
either at the
right,
same
right.
age. No empathy. All
Yeah.
right. Then there's her overstepping. So she manipulates an invite to see. Now this is not as harsh. She manipulates an invite to see Rory before the dance because she wants to see how she's dressed and she wants to have these, like, bonding moments like you said. She says if I get enough pictures I could line them up and make a flip book. Mom, just come over. Like, can't we just, but those moments, I'm like, yes, they're
I like the
manipulative.
flip book comment. That was great.
For those, I feel like, okay, I understand because I grew up where vulnerability, you're just a little wuss. Like, you're a sucker if you show vulnerability. So she doesn't know how to show vulnerability and say, can I come and like be part of the getting ready and the watching her leave?
Mhm.
She's not gonna say that. Then she makes Dean come inside, even though they decided to honk. Now, no one likes the honk.
Right, right. But
No
also
one
the
likes it.
awkwardness of, like, him having to come to the door he didn't wanna come to the door, and then he does anyway, like, that scene is so awkward. Nobody likes the honk, he should have come to the door anyway,
But that's not what they agreed on. She said
but they
honk
had
and
that
come out.
prearranged
Yeah.
yes.
Then she gives them a curfew on the way to the dance, be home by 10 or 11 or whatever. and Lorelai had to mouth the actual words, the actual time to her. It is none of your business when they get home. That
Mhm.
is not up to you. And can you imagine somebody throwing a curfew at you when your mom already like
Oh, yeah,
told you?
I people did that. They were like, "What time do you need to be home?" And I was like, "What are you talking about?"
Oh,
Because I didn't have a curfew.
pardon?
I didn't have a curfew.
How?
It was, "Let me know you're safe. I need to know you're safe."
Stop it.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, so people would be like, "What time do you need to be home?" And I'd be like, I don't know, midnight?" I would, like, make something up.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Whoa. I'm sorry. Wow. I just actually lost
I
my
think we've
mind.
talked about this before. We've definitely talked about this before.
My whole brain just went,
Your brain broke.
yeah, I have to come back from that. Okay. Oh, what was that like? Did you, what? I
You
can't function.
you just do what you want, and then you have to call to check in and tell mom where you were. So you'd be like, "I
Huh.
was over here, and
And
now
now
I'm
I'm
gonna
over
go over
here.
here. Now I'm over here." You like find a payphone, you know?
And then she was never like, isn't this too much? And why are you over there?
No, she'd be like, "Well, let me know when you move from there,
And
or if you want to."
are you waking her up to tell her this?
Not generally, because like what's late, you know, or
Late?
like
I was coming home at like 5 in the morning.
right. So I'd be like, "I won't be home till 5 in the morning. See you then." She'd be like, "All right." Where are you gonna be? Like her thing was that she needed a way to get in touch with me. So if I lied and said I'm sleeping at like Edith's house and then didn't go there and there was some emergency in the middle of the night and mom called up and couldn't reach me, then it would it would just be over because I would have
Yes.
lost all trust. But if I was like, I'm gonna be at Edith's and I'll see you in the morning, she'd be like, okay.
Yeah, that's why I used to tell my brother where I'm gonna be
Yeah.
just in case,
Yeah.
because somebody needed to know where I was, but I would never
Right.
dare tell my parents. Oh
Yeah,
my
but
goodness.
mom was cool. I'd be like, "Here's where I'm gonna be, and if I'm not there, I'm over here."
And can I say, I think that's better.
Mo
It's because we both went out and stayed out late and went to places that where we could have gotten killed, I think, and did
Yeah.
bad things
Yeah.
and, you
In
know
hindsight, yuh.
Yeah, exactly. We
Right.
both did it, but one of us, um
One of us had to keep finding payphones.
one of us
One
included
to
our
keep, like,
parent.
the like, urine-soaked payphone. I'd be like, "Hi,
Ah,
mom.
so gross.
We're heading" we saw the concert. It was I mean, one time I called my mom after a concert. Not a concert, but, like, a band playing, a band I knew the people in the band, and it was, like, one of the first times I'd ever seen my peers on stage, and that's very
Oh,
exciting in a young woman's life when you're like, I
yes.
know the band,
Yes.
and I called my mom after, and I was giddy and excited, and I was like, "They were on stage, and everyone was clapping and laughing and singing along, and it was amazing," and I was so, like, exuberant that mom said it was contagious. And she got off
Oh,
the phone. She was on a date, and the guy was over,
oh.
and she was like, "My daughter's having the best night ever." Like, she saw her friends on stage and, like
See, I was secretly jealous of you people because there was one friend of a friend of a friend who every once in a while would join the group. And she loved her mom, and her mom loved her. And, like, it's not like I didn't love my mom, but she would also, like, call her mom and say, "Hey, we got here." And meanwhile, my mother didn't know where I was. "We got here, now I'm over here." And I'm
yeah.
like, "We got here, now I'm over here."
That was me. I'd be like, "We're here, we're over here, we're gonna be over
Yeah, but
here."
I'm secretly so jealous and so sad, and I can only make fun of it, and I didn't make fun of it outwardly, but, I was like, "What a goody two shoes," and whatever, but in my mind, I was like, "I wanna be that."
Yeah, but that's the price of not having a curfew. I mean, like, I'm like a goody two shoes, but, like, I don't have to be home at a certain time.
It's actually not a goody two shoes, it's just a communicative, responsible person who still gets to party, like, I
Right,
I I was only making that up because I didn't know how to not feel bad about my own situation, so I just got mad at what I saw happening that I wanted.
right.
So it was my own anger in my own mind, and
Mm.
like, that's what they say about all people like me. They're like,
You
"Yeah, they're
you
just mad at you because 'cause they're
you
jealous."
you deaned out. You were like Can't express my feelings.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I
Yeah.
didn't understand that. Some kids had ridiculous curfews. Like, like really, your parent like you're in 12th. You're what? You're 16. Your parents want you home by 8. Are you like all
Yeah.
right? I'm like, tell them you'll be late. And they'll be like, no. I'm like, all right.
Yeah. Yeah. Those parents are just not getting the real story. That's all you're getting,
Yeah,
parents.
you're just making them lie to you.
Yeah. Sorry to be that person, but yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, she's just smug, but like, okay, we can get to
All right.
Emily's tender
God, we're only like
moments.
3 characters in. Let's pick it up. We have
What is
400 more
it?
characters to
Listen,
go.
we're Gilmore gabbing. Relaje. I don't know why that came out. Shout out to Bad Bunny. He's influenced.
Did you enjoy the halftime show? Did you see it? Are
I
we allowed to
did.
are we allowed to talk about
Yeah.
it? It's too political
Yeah.
to talk about.
It's so funny that that's
It's
political.
so political.
It's
Everyone's like,
so
"Why was it
funny.
so political?" I'm like, "Because it was in Spanish." Like,
Because people are like, but I want to understand and know everything, and it has to be for me.
if he's
Uh,
speaking in Spanish, he was just talking about you, you know?
the thing is,
I'm
it's
like, "I don't
like,
understand what he's saying. He must be talking about me."
right, right.
Like, I assume the whole song was about how sexy Carrie is, right? You know. Did you
why
realize
is
that
why is he so mad at us?
why is he so
What?
mad, right? Did you realize that the couple getting married was a real couple in real time?
I think because I didn't watch it in real time, I had
Oh,
already heard that
okay.
somebody got married in real time. But like,
I watched it in real time and I thought that was a real couple because they were awkward. Like if they
oh,
were dancers, like everyone around them was like dancers and like knew their moves and like snapping and like
mm,
but they were smiling too wide,
hmm.
smiling too naturally that they looked ecstatic and they were just awkward enough to be real people. And I was like, I think that couple really just got married now cuz like why would it be this like awkward it
That
was
makes
just
sense.
yeah, it was so cute.
Yeah, I couldn't see through that kind of vision because I already knew that that was real. I don't know if I would have guessed or not. I
I
think
guessed it.
that I was more jealous of the Bush people. I was like,
Mhm, mhm.
that's the part I wanted.
The Bush people, they were pretty
Yeah,
great.
that's pretty cool.
Yeah. It was
Yeah,
fun. I enjoyed it.
yeah.
I mean, the camera work alone
Oh, right.
was impressive. You could just watch it for that and still enjoy that show.
I gotta say, as a performer, and I used to sing. If you he was on top of the roof of that fake building,
Mhm,
and then he got dropped down.
mhm,
If I had to do that maneuver live and then just like keep going, I'd be shaking. The fact that
mhm.
he can keep his cool after that drop, even
How do
if
you
you're expecting it,
I
it's like,
know.
whoa,
How do you practice dropping onto a couch
right,
8 feet down?
right.
That would be how on earth did they practice that?
That was
I
amazing.
gotta watch
Yeah.
that again too in slow-mo.
Yeah, I'm like, I could feel my nerves just thinking about that drop. That's
Yeah.
so scary. And he was just like, anyway, I'm like,
Keep
okay.
singing.
Yeah.
Keep singing about me.
Yeah. I also
Yeah.
think that I don't know much about Bad Bunny and he won like best artist. And it's like, oh right, this isn't for me. I might have aged out of what the most popular
Oh,
thing
I aged out
is.
of all of music entirely.
Yeah, so I
Like,
can't get mad at that. That's me not knowing things that are actually happening. So it's like, "Oh, you picked Bad Bunny. Okay, that sounds right. He seems
yeah,
to be what everyone wants to hear right now, and
yeah.
you're an entertainment channel."
And it was
So,
enjoyable, even though it wasn't a thing I probably would have sought out on my own.
yeah,
The best of any genre is still good. It's like when Lorne Michaels realized that he's never gonna know any of the musical guests on SNL again.
that's funny.
Like after like the 80s, he was like, I don't know who anyone is. Like just
Right.
he like hired someone else to book it.
Are you kidding? I still listen to 90s music. So,
Yeah, because that's the era that you listen to music.
yeah. I mean, I knew Rihanna when she was on, but then I
Yes.
just called her Rihanna. So, who am I?
Rihanna.
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 All right. So
All right, you wanna
yes.
talk about Lane? You wanna get into Lane?
Wait, with the Emily Tender moments.
Weird. I already went over the tender moments.
You did not. When she went to Lorelai's place, it was the first time she was ever at Lorelai's place. She noticed that Lorelai had broken her leg. and she
And
suddenly was like, "Oh my god, I don't know my daughter."
Lorelai doesn't need me anymore.
Look
Doesn't.
at that. She didn't even tell me. When she made her a banana toast
Mm-hmm.
and Lorelai said, "Thank you, mommy." Always a tear right there. "Thank you,
Yeah.
mommy." When she takes care of Richard when he has that, heart situation, I don't remember, heart attack, something, um, and she goes, "I demand to go first," when he's in the hospital. She wants to die first. When she
Mm-hmm.
confides in Luke while she's in the hospital and then calls them idiots, but whatever. When she makes sure that Rory knows that Strobe is an ass. She actually used the
Yes.
words ass.
Yes. I like that when Emily used the word ass.
Yeah. When she sees that Lorelai was upset. Oh, when she was upset losing the trust, and Trix took it away. Emily was like, "Oh man," she like woke up from this and said, "I'm really sorry. I'll make her give it to I'll talk to Richard. I'll make this right." And there was somebody who said, and I never really thought about this, this was probably Trix being soft, because there's a theory that great grandma heard them arguing about this and took away the trust so that they stop arguing, not because of embarrassment, but because she was being tender towards Emily. Like, look,
Mm.
let me not put this rift here. I'm only coming here for a moment. So there's that. That's the only tricks out we can have. And then when she comes to Stars Hollow, wears sneakers that she's uncomfortable with
Yes.
Rory because she wants to bond with her. She eats at Teriyaki Joe's,
I loved Emily in Stars Hollow out on the
right?
town and meeting Lane's mom, Mrs. Kim. That's one of my favorite short scenes
Yeah,
because
when
these
they
are two women.
argue.
These are two women who get each other, and that was such a
Mhm.
delight to see it. And they
Yeah.
gave each other respect immediately and like understood each other. I liked that a lot.
Yeah.
I want to see more of that.
And now we can go to Lane.
Lane. We
Lane.
love Lane. We want the spin-off Lane show.
Yes, yes. And she's got this secret life. So she's
I think
got the life that
what
I
episode
had.
was it where you said don't look down because we were about to find Lane's secret closet
It
sex dungeon.
it was the deer one. So I think it's
It's,
episode 4.
I think Deer was earlier. No?
6 was her birthday. I don't know,
I don't know.
but
But
yeah.
it's early. And then I was like, oh, Lane has a secret life, which I love.
She
Um,
has she dresses differently when she's not around her mom. This is the character that I relate to. She has a secret life, she has secret floorboards, she listens to secret music, she has secret hangs that she doesn't tell her mom. She secretly eats pizza and things like that because her mother always makes tofu and vegan stuff. So she's all secretive. She's a good friend to Rory. I think when she collects information about Dean, like, oh, he had a girlfriend, but all he could do is talk about you, is there for Rory when Dean breaks up with her, goes to
I
the
like
party
that.
with
He looks
her,
really sad. Yeah.
and is in badly need of a haircut.
Yes.
She
Yes.
shops for Rory at Dosey's Market because she knows she doesn't want to run into Dean because they broke up. She waits for Rory at the bus stop with a coffee to make up for the fact that she didn't tell her that
I
Dean was
felt
the
so
set.
weird about that when she was partnered up with Dean to do the science project or the paper report, whatever. So awkward. If I were Rory, that would burn me up that
Yeah.
that she kept it from me. Not necessarily that they were paired up because that's whatever, but that she kept it from me would just destroy me. I would feel like it was more illicit than it was.
Yeah, but I feel like it's so forgivable. And
Right.
and
From Lane's perspective, it was just too weird and she just wanted it, she like didn't know what to do about it, so she didn't say anything. But
yeah,
from Rory's perspective, why didn't you say anything?
agreed. It's kind of like changing the pronoun to your partner about like, "Oh, I'm just hanging out with them." And them is like the same sex as your partner, so you didn't want to say.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's like lie by omission,
Mhm.
which is
Mhm.
very uncomfortable. And yeah, then it seems like it's a much bigger deal.
Right. Why would you
But
need to lie?
yeah, but she's
Yeah.
super cute. And her dating life, she constantly is getting hooked up by Koreans, and she has to go out with, like, their whole family. She
Yeah.
runs her finger through Rich
Rich
Blumenfeld's
Blumenfeld's
hair.
hair, we never hear the outcome of that. I thought
Yeah.
that was gonna be a major plot point.
That's
I
so
thought Rich
funny.
Blumenfeld was gonna turn around. What the hell was that? She was gonna have to say, "Oh, sorry." They were gonna talk. He was gonna spread rumors. He was either gonna think that was adorable and go out with her, or he was gonna spread rumors that she was a freak. I thought that was gonna be turning point. No,
Yeah.
no, we never hear about it again. She goes over to the Gilmore house to freak out. We never bring it up again. Where is
Yeah.
Rich Blumenfeld now?
Well, maybe there was another it's kinda like how Lorelai said, tomorrow they're gonna talk about something else because somebody else is gonna do something embarrassing, and it'll be over. How long can you talk about it for? Especially because Lane seems like a pretty decent person. I know sometimes you can get a nickname for life, but also the show's not about her, so
I know. I'm d
yeah.
I this was early enough in the series that I wasn't picking up on who was gonna be a character yet.
Right.
I
Oh,
was
that's why I
still
love that you never
remember,
saw
like,
this.
the first 20 seconds of this show, I'm like, "Well, that's gonna be a main character," and it was just some guy hitting on Lorelai, and I definitely did not call that. I was like, "When does he come back in?" Blah, 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 and you were like, "That's not a character, that was a prop to illustrate that Lorelai is sassy." I was like,
Right, right. And to
"Oh.
stop them from having, sex with Max. And then we got to meet Todd, which she lied to her mom about,
Oh,
and
yeah.
and then we got to meet Henry Cho,
We
which
we like
we're
him."
so rooting for this. They're still in touch, but she has
Right.
to do it all in secret, so it makes it very, very difficult. I
But
remember
isn't
this
he doing it in secret too? Because they have the same parents, basically? Like, why is he allowed
actually,
to call girls?
he hinted that no, because I remember when they first met and, somebody said, "I've strict pants," or something, and he goes, "Oh, that's too bad." So, I don't think he has to do as much hiding, and also, a lot of times, if I may, if coming from a first generation situation, a lot of times, if you're a guy, you get a lot more allowances. You get a lot more
Right,
because
right,
because 'cause
right.
you're not
Find
a s
find a
y
wife. Yeah.
and you get to, it was more that me as a female, I needed to be a virgin. My brothers didn't have to follow the same rules. They didn't have
Right.
to be, as holy, if I may.
Ooh.
So yeah, so
And
we're rooting for this Henry Cho thing. So yeah. And now we get to Lorelai. Okay.
Lorelai. You
Yes.
wrote Pull's mom card.
So there's, she's best friends with Rory, except when Rory's like, I don't feel like going to
Oh,
Chilton
I see. I see.
anymore.
She pulls mom card when needed. Like
Mhm.
she has a mom card that she can pull. Yes, it's true.
Yeah, so it was the first episode, Rory's so excited to go to Chilton, but then she meets Dean and is like, "You know what? No, I don't want this life that I've been aiming for and that I got so excited by." And Lorelai says, "Does he have a motorcycle? Because if you're going to throw your life away, he better have a motorcycle," which is a
Mhm.
little bit of a foreshadowing about how she feels about motorcycles.
Yeah.
And then when Rory is late coming home from the dance and she's worried, she said, "You're going on the pill."
Yep.
Yelling that at your daughter when she's like,
I mean,
she didn't do anything. And she messed up and she feels bad.
right,
And
but
I
she might do something, but also you're not screaming you're going on the pill. Like that is a fear and anger response and not a responsible like parent response to like, I'm going to demand you change something.
yeah, like demanding that your child goes on the pill is very,
I'm
very
going to demand that
interesting.
you alter your hormones internally. I mean, my mom's rule for safe sex was no sperms, no germs.
I'm sorry, my brain just pinged again. Pardon?
No sperms, no germs.
So condoms.
Condoms.
Did you
But
discuss with her when you started being sexually active?
not not the day of,
Mhm.
but there was a general understanding. But no
Mm.
sperms, no germs was way before that. That was like that was before.
So your mom didn't expect you to not. Did
Oh
she
no.
she
There was never like don't ever have sex. It was when you have sex, make sure there's no sperms and no germs.
My mom expected me to be a virgin
And are you?
until I was married. This
And did
when
you stay?
she found out that I had sex, she was gonna be like, "Oh, this guy's the worst." Blah blah, blah. I'm like, "Hey, it's not because like he stole something from me." I'm like, "Hey, he's not the first." I was trying to be like really open with her, and she's like, "Oh my god, you slept with more people than me," and I'm like, "Two? Like, it's not that hard."
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I outnumbered my mom in high school. Like,
Oh, because yeah, I'm like, I'm not gonna be
you
able
did
to.
too. Yeah, you doubled. Oh my God. Your poor mom
I know, I felt
wrapping her
really
head around
bad.
that was like,
You
what?
should have
Yeah,
seen her face. I was like, "I don't want to lie to you." And, she stopped. She always kinda knew not to ask me direct questions
right.
because
But did she ever scream at you, "You're going on the pill"?
no, she was just grossed out and slinked away. She's like,
She
"Ooh,
just like crawled back into her hole. Like,
yuck."
oh
Yeah.
no. No.
Um, wow, let's see, in the chat, so our chat is like it must be so wholesome because sometimes it asks me like, "Hey, is this thing okay to show?" And I have to be like, "Yeah, this is a fine comment. This is one of those." Now, I didn't read the whole thing, but YouTube was like, "Is this clean?" So we're going to find out. My father one day asked me if I was having sex. Oh, I was like, "Yeah." He said, "Okay," and just walked away. The next day he handed me a bag of condoms, like a large clear plastic bag full of like in a cartoon. Oh,
Whose comment is this? Do we know this person?
not life.
Oh, just a giant clear bag. Here you go, son.
Okay.
That's funny.
Oh, all
I think
right.
my brother was in camp. I don't know if this is a true story or exaggerated, but my dad sent my brother like 12 boxes of 12 condoms, like 144 condoms.
Whoa.
Like and like it wasn't clear if it was a joke or not, but they use them as balloons. like, like water balloons.
Well, in all fairness, my I was in college and my best friend was like, "Oh, you're having sex now. We get free condoms. I'm sending you some," and sent me a box of condoms.
Yeah, I mean, we that was it was during the mid 90s when there was a big to do in New York City about giving out free condoms in high schools.
Yeah.
And then if we were bored, we would go down to the health teacher and like ask for condoms. We'd like dare each other to. So we'd go in there giggling and be like, "Hey, give me some condoms."
Aw, that's cute. I don't know
And
how
they
people turn those things into balloons because, like, to put it in your mouth for that reason, okay.
well to fill it with water and then
Oh, with water. I never played with them.
neither did I. But I think
Yeah.
if someone had sent me a sarcastic number of them in camp, I might have I don't know. I gotta ask my brother. I wonder if he remembers that. I gotta ask. It's a weird thing to call up my brother and ask him. Be like, "Did this happen? Am I remembering this wrong?"
Okay, so that's Lane, and we so identify with her, some of us. Some of us. And now we're at Lorelai with the
Yes.
L's.
We
Okay. So oh
did
yeah, so she pulled the mom
mom
card. You're getting
card.
okay, right, right, right.
Yeah.
So this next category is yikes, you're messing with Rory. Your best
Yes.
friend, right? Yeah. So
Yeah. Didn't have enough money for Chilton, even though Rory and her have been talking about Harvard since she was 4. Why did she not see this bill coming up? She had no idea how much Chilton cost. This is the entire premise of episode 1.
now I feel bad putting that on the list because, hey, you don't have money, you don't have money. But
Right.
to be so surprised by it was a shock. But then we wouldn't have a show if she had the
Right,
money for
right,
Rory
exactly.
School.
That's the
So,
pilots are often shaky. Pilots have come a long way.
mm,
People got way better at writing pilots. There's a little shaky pilot premise, but I let it go because the
yeah.
rest of the show is so good. Um
And then
over oh yeah, and then was it episode 2 she oversleeps with all of her clothing unavailable to her. And that never comes up again in the series.
Like, things shock her so much. Like, "Oh, I'm supposed to have money for this? Oh, I'm supposed to have clothes for this? Oh, I'm supposed to set multiple alarms because at this point in my life, I understand that I sleep through alarms and I'm not a good waker-upper, and this is important." That's a little odd. That's a little odd. She
Yeah.
picks a fight with Rory because she enjoyed golfing with her grandpa
Oh, yeah, that was weird. I didn't
about
like that.
stretching the
Stretching
sweater
the
because
sweater. Yeah,
she has bigger boobs.
that was very cringy. Do you wanna get a tape measure? Like, how does that end? They're it's a really gross fight. Uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She didn't tell Rory about dating Max.
Oh, and he comes to the door.
All of a sudden, her teacher's on the front door, and they're at Cinnamon, the cat's wake, and now you have to explain
I
it.
totally forgot about the cat funeral. This show has it all. Cat funerals. Yeah.
She also asks Dean out.
Yes.
The first date, Rory doesn't get asked out by Dean. Dean doesn't get asked out by Rory. They don't get to figure out where they're going on a first date uncomfortably in that town where everyone's watching them. No, she asks Dean out for Rory.
Yeah.
Totes
Your mom
inappropriate.
asked you out. Oh, that's brutal.
Yuck.
Yep.
Once again, she also didn't wake up in time to kick Max out before
Oh,
Rory
right.
came
She
home.
came home and Max is there on the couch.
And why is he
Gross.
sleeping on the couch? With Lane there. Tell Lane to go home if you're gonna be doing that. I don't know. We talked about that at length. Like, put Max in your bed on your floor. Yuck, 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 yuck,
Yeah.
yuck. What else? She makes Rory open the door for Max, even though they had a rule about not doing that.
Yeah. That was weird too. I think Max is not good for their relationship.
Max is not good for any of this. Not for
Anything. I
Lorelai, not
know.
for Rory. She asks Rory to return the book to Max at school so that she doesn't have to break
Oh my
up with him.
God. No.
This is her
No.
best friend, by the way, okay?
Yeah.
She kisses Max on Parents' Day in the classroom for everyone to see.
Gross.
She reconnects with Max without telling Rory. She's
Look at
over.
you.
I'm
You're freaking
pulling my hair out.
I'm freaking out over here.
She's overbearing and calls Rory crabby when she asks her to cut school and shop to get over Dean. I mean, that's not even the worst of it, but it's like she confronts Dean at work and calls him scum and freaks out on him about the breakup that she knows nothing about.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm exhausted being her best friend. This is all, by the way, in months of each other. It's not
Right.
like her whole life.
Right. Right. This is presumably in about 3 months.
Mm-hmm.
A little over 4 months, right?
Yeah,
But it's
look at.
also an entire school year.
Okay, that's still not a full year.
No, but I'm saying, like, the timeline of the series is a little wonky.
Yeah, Mayhem is saying Max and Rachel would make a great couple,
See?
which according to your predictions, I have some of that. And then Mallory saying forever booing Max. Agreed. I
Good.
cannot believe that some people are on team Max. I bet we lost listeners every time, like especially in that last episode where we were like, "Why? Look at my hair because of Max and
You're
Lorelai."
literally pulling your hair out. Your hair looks amazing when you pull it out.
Oh,
You
okay.
just
Let me
make it
get
look better when you
angry.
freak out about Lorelai. You freak out about Max, I mean.
Oh, okay. So
Okay.
continuing the alliteration, Luke.
Luke.
um,
Okay, so Luke episode 1 is very gruff.
you were
And
pretty
so
cringy about him.
I was
You were,
pretty cringy
yeah.
because someone was like, "Can I have coffee?" And he's like, "Coffee comes from third world countries where they exploit their labor." And I was like, "All right, I cannot with this character." Like halfway through episode 2, he lightens up a little bit, and I'm like, "All right, they got the memo." Because
He literally broke the ice with you.
yeah,
Yeah, he brings ice to the party, and your heart went pitter
yes,
patter, and no one else was good enough for Lorelai from that moment on. I
that's
loved
right,
it.
that's right.
And then he yelled at Lorelai for wearing the Rachel sweatshirt,
Oh yeah, he
even though
wigged
he's
out.
the one who gave it to the town.
Yes, he gave it away, and then to take it off in like a crazy way, not regulate his emotions.
Yeah, which is what we expected from men, which is why we didn't. I don't know that we had that big of a response to Dean at first, and we clearly didn't have a response to Luke. I mean, back in the day, because we were like, "Yeah, that's what men do. They had a feeling. Why are you
Right. They
being
had a
so
feeling. So,
mean? You can't
so
be mean to a guy with feelings." Um,
right. Then
and
he literally fights a teenager in the street. This is so funny. It's not funny now. But they're like slappy at each other. I'm
I
fighting
think
a
he like has
teenager.
him in a headlock of
How
sorts.
can either one of like how can Luke ever show his face again in that town? Be
I
like, you
don't
fought a
know.
16-year-old boy.
I'm like, I hope your girlfriend didn't see that. For some reason, that's not the reason Rachel left. He also disappeared on Rachel to work on Lorelai's house.
Yeah.
He,
And Lorelai disappeared on Luke to go have sex with Chris.
oh yeah. Oh, no one's reliable. Oh, no
Mm-mm.
one's
No
reliable.
one's reliable. Someone has
Mm.
issues.
He also breaks into Lorelai's house to show her how breakable into her house it is.
Yeah, that's some good logic. That's some teenager logic right here.
And worst of all, he buys Rachel a cat pot holder for her birthday.
Yeah, nobody buy me a cat potholder.
She likes cat and she doesn't want to hold hot things. Me, Luke, me no understand. What the hell? Okay, but then he has tender moments. He hates the reenactors, but he brings them coffee, tea, hot
That's what
chocolate.
I kept arguing. It's actions, not words.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
but
he's a show don't tell. Definitely.
yeah, except if you're yelling words at me, I might have an
He made
action of
Lorelai the
leaving.
gross Santa burger.
That was so
That was so
sweet. That
cute.
was so sweet. He closed the diner because he needed to take Lorelai to the hospital because her dad was there.
Yeah.
He comforts Rory and Lorelai when they're waiting for Richard in the hospital.
Mm-hmm.
He volunteers to clean and tighten Lorelai's ice skates just because she's there, and she's going on a date with somebody else with them.
Mm-hmm.
He's willing to spruce completely out of his character because it means spending time with Lorelai and it
Right.
means giving her something that she wants. He helps Lorelai find the chick that was loose in her house.
Oh,
Like
that was
you ha-
so weird.
you had to consider that he closed the diner or he left his business
Yeah,
because she
he left
said
his
help.
workstation because she said, "Help me."
Yeah.
He dropped everything and came over there.
And he was so forgiving right away. She stood him up when she insisted that he spooch. She insisted that he paints. She stood him up and he said, "Was it an emergency?" Because he wants to believe that
Mm-hmm.
she's not going to be the jerk.
Yeah.
He's so
Yeah.
sweet.
He wants to forgive her.
Yeah. Meanwhile, she's dating Max, the worst. And what was my title for Max?
Oh.
Yep.
Yep. Uh
Ugh.
um
By the way, I always pronounce UGH as ugh.
ugh. How did I say it?
Well, everyone says
Ugh.
ugh, but I always see it as ugh.
Ugh. Ugh.
I don't know if it's
Yeah.
the Jew or the New York City in me, but ugh. Max. Now, I was looking for a nice moment with Max. I found none of it. Do you see any nice moments here that I've
No,
listed with
let
Max?
me scroll around and see what. No, you have 9 bullet points of Max hatred
I
coming.
went through the whole series going, maybe this is a moment. No, every single
So the
moment.
people who like him, what is the argument?
I think the Thousand Daisies is a good look in terms of visuals. Like she said Thousand Daisies
Yeah,
and
so
then
having a beautiful proposal does
yeah,
not make you a
I
good
don't
partner.
I don't think that was a beautiful proposal.
No, it's a giant mess. Who's going to clean that up?
Who's you sent it to her work? Why? You weren't there. Why? You were at home. It's not like you were at work. And if you were at work, time it differently. You sent garbage to her house that she's gonna have to clean. She's already arguing with her employees because it's in the way.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
then you weren't there. You
How
just
are
said
guests going
some
to check in? We got to close down the inn because guests can't check in because too many flowers everywhere.
right. Because you
Yeah.
had a moment. And by the way, the night before you proposed because you wanted to end an
End of fight.
argument.
Yes. Yes. I dated a
Yeah.
guy who told me once that he got engaged in the middle of a fight. that one of them was like, "Oh, I didn't want to marry you, but I'd marry you now." And then she was like, "All right, let's get married then." And then they were like, "So we're engaged." And I was like, "You got engaged in a fight?" And he
Wait,
was like, "Yep." And they
what?
they didn't get married. They broke it off. And I'm like, "Oh, that's a shocker." But that
Whoa.
doesn't bode well, is my point. Like if you have to propose to someone to get to end the argument, that's not a great sign.
Yeah, in fact, remember when they were arguing, he said there's only one thing left to do. And simultaneously, she said break up and he said we should get married.
I don't know how he jumped to get married. Why does he think that was the right thing to do? I don't understand. I don't even
I don't
understand
know.
his logic.
I don't even understand how they went on a date after that.
Yeah.
But yeah, here's the list. Asks Lorelai out at a Chilton bake sale.
Yeah.
Okay, inappropriate. Pushy to get into the house when his car breaks down in Stars Hollow.
Yeah,
She's
that was
like, you
weird.
know what? This is a very big deal for me. I've never had anyone inside my house that I'm dating, sleeping with,
And he's like, "Great,
courting.
think about it for 15 seconds. I'm coming in."
Yeah. Then lies about where he learned how to cook because it's from the
Why?
ex-girlfriend.
Who
Asks
cares?
Rory about her mom when he hasn't heard from her because of the cookie count for Parents' Day. He kissed Lorelai at Parents' Day. He flips his table
Table
to
flip.
kiss
Table
Lorelai.
flip was so gross. He put it there and then he flipped it over. That was so funny to me.
He keeps Rory after class and mentions the Dean breakup as if that's any of his freaking business.
Yeah.
He brings up, why didn't you tell people about me, right after Lorelai finds out where her missing child is, and then gets into a fight about, why don't you tell anyone about us? How old are you and how old is everybody else in this series? Asks Lorelai to marry him in the middle of a fight. Proposes to Lorelai over the phone and dumps flowers at her work.
Dumps
This
flowers in her work. So when people defend Max, it's because he did a romantic thing for the wrong reason. Is
I
that
don't know.
it?
I'm so scared of being like, ew, Max on threads and things like you get downvoted so quickly.
Really?
I think it's because,
See, that's why I'm wondering, does he redeem himself in season 7? You know?
well, so far he's, I think in fantasy novels, he's romanticized. So he speaks really well. He's well read. He quotes poetry. He she even says like, you speak so good. But and remember the kids in his class were like, "Wow, he's so dreamy." So I think you gotta be like sort of a child.
Mhm. Yeah, you have to not exactly. You have to be,
Yeah.
like, naive about how what men are, I guess.
Yeah, yeah.
That,
Mhm.
like
Yeah, I don't and
I don't know,
I'm
I think
trying
of
because
like, I've dated both Max types and I've dated Luke types. You know what I
mm,
mean? And, like, you want the Luke type. You want the guy who shows up,
mhm. Right.
you know? You want the
Yeah.
guy who brings the goddamn ice.
Yeah. Yeah, it's
You
it's it's weird that we're turning it into like a utilitarian thing. Is that the word for it?
It's
That
not
it's like,
though. But it's like it it's dependability, it's stability. It's like, you know, I don't know. Yeah. Who would you I
well,
mean,
I guess they had chemistry, like, you know, flipping over your own table is like, wow, maybe people are like, oh, I wish someone was that into me that they're willing to blow up their life and they can't get
I
over
guess
me.
I
And
maybe I wanted that in my 20s,
right,
but like now I
right,
want someone to drive me to the hospital.
right,
Like
right,
literally.
right. And Luke was so uncomfortable in the hospital. He hates hospitals. And he
Nobody
was
likes
still
the hospital.
like,
Yeah.
I'm gonna be there and I'm just gonna look down. And if you need me, I'm there. And yeah, what's more romantic than that?
Nothing,
Yeah, I'd
that's
rather
it.
have that than flowers any day.
Yeah.
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 And then we get to Michelle. Now, Michelle,
Michelle. Yes.
all I have here is that he's rude.
He's rude. Old people asking where best antiques your house.
And I heard
For
an interview with him on Luke's show. That was his favorite line of the whole series.
really?
Yeah, because these old people were at the inn and they're like, "Can you tell us where the best and where we could find the best antiques?" And he goes, "I assume your house." And granted, that's very funny. But
Yes.
it's so he's the concierge. Like, I don't know. He pretended to not speak French to avoid dealing with customers, even
Yes.
though like we can hear you. He doesn't want to pick up the phone because, quote, people are particularly stupid today, even though that's his job. Quote, I seriously have no faith in your aptitude to Lorelai when she's studying for business school as his
So
boss of
mean.
business.
I predict
So,
Michelle comes through eventually, unless he just stays this a caricature the entire series.
well, it's like a funny character, right?
Yeah, he's the comic relief of like
Yeah.
the absolute absurdity that he gets to keep his job when he clearly doesn't want to do it.
See, Rafael Ryan 5583. I'm sure I'm pronouncing that perfectly. My name is Chemda. If you could pronounce that, I'll pronounce yours. Says, nah, I love him. He's the goat. So I'm assuming you mean Michelle. Michelle. Um,
Not Max?
because I it just came in, so no matter what lag, I want to assume it's Michelle because how is Max the goat in any of this? At best, he's just romantic in a frivolous, trivial way. So
He's
clear that
well
up for
read, but he's
us.
snotty. He's snotty about his well readness.
And so what?
He's pretentious.
You're a teacher. You're an English teacher. Be well read. Like you have one thing. So what? I'm well sung. Like who cares? Um
You are well hung. Oh, did you say sung? I'm sorry. I'm
we'll
well
never
hung.
know. So Michelle is rude, but we like him, and we can
Yeah.
go to Paris. Okay, so my category for Paris, one of them is yikes Paris, and it just means like when we get hints about her life, it's just the saddest moments. Like,
Yes.
yeah,
Paris has a rough life. We get
yes.
all these hints. Um,
So
her
one
parents
is
make her
that
go to parties, Rory's birthday and Madeline's party.
she's like
Um,
forced to be in there, and yeah, she begs her mom to stay for Parents' Day, but her mom leaves and but not before she tells her to use that cover stick she got her.
yeah.
Loud enough for people to hear.
Yeah.
She tells everyone about Lorelai kissing Max to get the heat off of her and her parents' divorce.
Mhm.
So we find out that her parents' divorce is in the paper on a regular basis. That's a
Yeah.
lot.
That's a lot.
Yeah. She wonders if her mom would look for her if she was missing, like Lorelai did after the Bangles concert. That was one of the
That
saddest.
was heartbreaking. That was
Yeah.
heartbreaking. And
It
then her
was
saying after all that drama of like the girls go missing and Lorelai goes door to door, yells at some like college boys. Then she said Paris says this is the best night of my life.
mhm.
That stayed with me.
Mhm.
And I was like, that's awful, you know?
Yeah, she says things like, "You don't know Tristan," you know,
Yeah.
like, just oh, she gets mad at Rory just for no reason. It's
Yeah.
just yeah. But, and she's in love with Tristan. She gets mad at Rory because she says no to Tristan to go to the dance, even though what kind of ask is that? Tristan, she's happy that Tristan kissed her on a dare in grade school.
Yeah.
And she knows that he's hitting on Rory to get to her, but you don't know him like I
I
do,
don't
is
like
what
you
she
don't know him like I
says.
do. I clocked that they should be friends early
Yeah, you did.
because they're so similar and they're not quite friends yet. Or they come and go. Like
They started being friends, remember? And then
they
Tristan
really
ruined
did
it.
start and like the Bengals concert was like the most friend-like thing they did, but every time it seems like they're getting along, something gets twisted. Well, Tristan really gets in the way of it.
Something gets Tristan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like I feel like that's too bad. So like I want to see their friendship grow deeper in season 2 for
It's
sure.
funny that you do want that because to me, Paris is so mean to Rory all the time and never gives her the benefit of the doubt, even though when Rory shows up for her every single time. So for Rory, I don't want her and Paris to be friends, but for Paris, I want her to recognize that here's a person of some quality that's willing to give you the time of day, even though you want to bash her head in every other minute. This is
Right.
your only chance to have a real friend other than those two girls following you since
Well,
kindergarten or
she's
something.
not used to being able to depend on people.
Right, that's true.
She's used to being jerked around by
So
her
sad.
parents, like she's not used to relying on relationships.
Yeah. Oh, and it turns out Mayhem was talking about Michelle. He's all negativity, but we accept and love him as he is.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Like Paris, actually. Just all negativity, but we
Mm.
accept and love her as she is.
Paris and Michelle. Oh, which is why Not Life is saying, wait, everyone is French. Haha.
Nice.
Yes. And then we get to Rachel. Rachel,
Rachel. Oh
her
my
only
God.
quality is that she messes with Luke and has great hair.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's okay. So, and also the Rachel backstory we get is like, I happened to be at O'Hare and
Mm-hmm.
I jumped on a plane to here instead. And so we presumably the bag that she had with her is the bag that she moved in to Luke's apartment with.
Where was
She
she
just,
going?
where was she on her way to?
Was she gonna rent a place and now she just has one? What kind
I
of
don't know.
once again, I think this is what we thought of as romance. Like, oh, I flew here last minute. I guess I should have called, but this is so much more romantic. Get
Yeah.
out of my life.
P.S. I live here now. Like, I flew across the country without telling you, and now I live in your house.
What are you gonna do, Luke? You're gonna send me out to the street? And you know Luke's not going to.
Right.
And the way Luke describes her is she doesn't have the greatest attention span. She left before I lived, maybe this time.
Oh my God.
Oh, you don't know her like I do.
You don't know
Okay,
her like I
Paris.
do. Yep, yep. Mm-mm.
Mm. And what else?
Oh,
Oh,
and then she
ask
puts Lorelai gets in the middle of this because of course she does for plot purposes, but
right.
also Lorelai's a busybody and butts into other people's relationships like we
But
saw her
Rachel
do.
put her in that
Yeah, but
place.
she did it with Dean too. Like
Yeah,
she sort of likes to be in the stew.
that's
And
true.
but yes, like Rachel asks her to put in a good word for her and then she does?
Right.
What business is it of yours? Like, I don't know, Rachel, talk to your man.
I don't know you.
Yeah.
I'm not recommending him. And then she leaves again, this time because of Lorelai. But like, what were the other times? You're gonna find a this time every time. You're
Mhm.
just not reliable.
Yeah.
So goodbye, Rachel.
Yep.
And with that, we go to Rory. Now, I have the category called Who's the Adult?
Yes, I love this category. Yes. How about I buy you a cup of coffee to her own mother, which is lovely. Um,
Now this was because she empathized with her mother going through it with her parents, and you're the one who pointed that out. It was in the first or second it was in the first episode that she was like, "Oh, mom, I know you feel terrible. Let me get you out of this. Let me parent you," basically, is what a
yeah.
lot of people are saying. Yeah.
Yeah.
She teaches Emily and Richard about making
This
pizza.
this I don't believe. I don't
I
believe that
know.
Richard and Emily had never seen a frozen pizza in their lives. I That's absolutely not true. Even rich people know what frozen pizza is. It's just a thing. Sorry.
She
Sorry.
also do you notice in the episode with the birthday parties, the one in her house, like the one at Emily's house, she invited the people from her new school because that's what her grandparents want her to spend time with.
Right, but her own friends.
But where were her friends when she was having the birthday party at her place? It was her mom's friends. So
Yeah.
that was weird.
And it was I mean, she has her bestie and that's pretty much it.
Yeah, it's I mean, I don't want to judge that too much because I feel like the quality is over quantity and
Yep,
I'm good with that.
always.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
And comforts her mom after so Lorelai gets caught kissing in her school, makes her life miserable. Then because of that, Max breaks up with her, and at the end of that day, Rory has to comfort her mom because she got broken up with.
Yeah.
And that's part of why we have alternate universe Rory, which is a category.
Yes. She's like the grown up. She is the little grown up, and she's is unusually high emotional intelligence for a person, let alone a teenager. But
Yeah.
sometimes, and you think that her getting angry in class after hitting a deer was like, I thought that was a totally normal response.
It was, but it's alternate universe Rory because Rory is usually even keeled. She's
Right.
usually like you said, empathetic. She understands why people are picking on her, stays steady with it. So this all of a sudden her switching into what's up, Quippy? You don't have anything to say is not the usual Rory that we see. Now
Right.
I love alternate universe Rory, and I do believe that it is part of her actual persona and character. And I think that she has a lot of reason to be upset, and you do get to be upset, but I like the alternate universe Rory idea of it.
Yes. Yes.
She also yells at Emily when she wants her to make a speech at her birthday,
Yes.
which again, all of these to me, Rory's kind of justified with most of these, but it's not like her to not find a more her decorum and her diplomatic way to address this kind of stuff.
Right.
So, she harasses Dean's sister and makes her cry.
That was so weird.
That was weird, and then
I'm a
runs
Girl
away.
Scout, and we dress like regular people now to blend it. Like that was her plan. I don't. Like the sister never came up. No one knows about the. You're the girl in the photos. Like so. Yeah, that
Very
was
uncomfortable.
so clanky and weird.
Yeah,
Um.
and she kisses Tristan, which I believe is alternate universe Rory. Now again, alternate universe Rory is just Rory with feelings that are mismanaged at the moment because
Right.
you know, sometimes you kiss someone and you're like, "Oh, that was
I mean, far
regrettable."
be it for me to judge a person for kissing the wrong person.
Yeah,
I've been there, Rory. Oh my
right.
god. But you it seemed a pretty avoidable kiss.
Yeah, except that she was feeling away.
I know,
You know
but
what
she
else
didn't.
was avoidable? Going to a party of the people who were making fun of you and hate you.
I think entering the room where Tristan was sitting was avoidable. He was
But I think,
alone in a room.
yeah, but she's attracted to him. She's attracted. That doesn't mean she wants to date him. It doesn't mean she likes the way he treats her. But she could still be somewhat attracted to him, and she's also attracted to helping and to like she just saw him feel bad, and you know she's also like too innocent and too naive at that. You know,
Yeah.
there's a lot going on, and I think it's very reasonable for her to find a quiet spot with Tristan and oops, we kissed. I mean, it's not like that big a deal. Right? I don't know. All
Ugh,
right.
still mad at
She
her.
now this is when she was called alternate universe Rory. She loses it on Lorelai and says things like, "You'll break up with Max anyway. That's what you do best. Tell me when you're down to the last inning." That's harsh.
Ugh, yeah, that was bad.
That's too
That
far.
was
That's
bad.
your best friend. That's the person who's usually on your side. And well, you know, we listed it earlier, but whatever. And she runs away to her grandparents and doesn't leave a note. She's leaving her mom in a state of horribleness. You
Yeah,
don't just run away.
that's rough.
That's
That is
pretty
rough.
rough.
Yeah.
Now Sean Gunn is the Where's Waldo of season one, which
I
I so
love
enjoyed
Sean
watching you.
Gunn.
This
He's
was
my favorite.
so when we started watching this, you didn't notice him for the first, I don't know, almost the whole time. So it became a whole like, oh, I don't recognize this guy. That must be Sean Gunn. But here's actually, do you want to read every character
Yeah, let me
or
read all the
okay.
characters.
This is
Here we
every
go.
character that Sean Gunn
I can't believe
played.
you compiled this, Hemda. This is
And I'll
freaking
tell you
amazing.
this, I tried to ChatGPT it, I tried to Google it. ChatGPT got it wrong. I had to actually go through
What
the
about IMDb?
episodes.
IMDb was no help?
No, no.
Oh.
It was very general
Oh,
and
because it'll just list the season, but not each episode.
yeah.
Wow. You'd have to
So
go through the credits.
you heard it here first.
All
This is
right,
like
you
the
did it.
only place you could find it. Season 1 Sean Gunn
All
appearances,
right,
Gilmore
here's where he
Girls.
appears. He's the DSL guy. Name is Mick in episode 2. He's the swan delivery guy in episode 3. He's the assistant manager at Dosey's in episode 5. He's silent in the town hall meeting, but then one of the reenactors asked for herbal tea with a squeeze of lemon from Luke, and that was him. Townsend getting confused, costume altered by Lorelai, getting sewn up. I remember that, and I did not recognize him. Bets Taylor that Luke is not sprucing the diner and loses that bet. Heckles Luke and Dean at the baseball field. I did not recognize him in that episode, did I? No, right? Apologizes to Lorelai about not expressing his concerns over Dean before the breakup. I think I did recognize him in that episode,
I
right?
think so, yeah.
Okay.
But at that point, you were just yelling Sean Gunn at anybody.
That's
So,
true. That's
yeah.
true. And look at me now. Shushes Lorelai at the movie theater, and then his phone goes off. That was in episode 19. Episode 20, Lorelai and Rory play 1, 2, 3, he's yours game at Luke's, and Kirk is picked. Did someone put a kick me sign on me again? Episode 20. By then, I think I had
Yeah.
actually learned somewhat what his face looked like. And finally, in episode 21, Luke spills coffee on him when Lorelai bursts into the diner looking for Rory to tell her Max proposed and the town meeting during the troubadour dispute. He said he had the town handbook for the rule and the flower delivery guy at the very end. This is basically the Sean Gunn show. For sure.
Yeah, I'm so proud of myself for putting that together. I kind of want to, you know what? I'm going to put it on the Gilmore Friends Reddit, just the list of all the appearances with the
I think you
episode.
should. And
Yeah.
you should make sure that people know that you are the one who compiled just this.
I am writing this down
You
on my
should
to-do
send it to
list.
Sean Gunn. You should find out his like Instagram and be like, we're obsessed with you.
I don't think that he knows. He didn't know that he'd be playing all these characters. He got hired. They liked him, so they kept hiring
He
him.
must be great to work with. He must show up on time and know his lines
Right.
and he must be a pleasure to work with.
You're
You know what I mean?
right. Yeah, that's true.
I bet he's an amazing guy. I bet he's funny and shuts up when he needs to and just does the work.
You don't get many shuts up when he needs to.
No, that's what I like in an extra. in a below 5. You know what I mean? You gotta shut up when I tell you to. We're on a set here.
Okay, so then Suki.
We're at Suki. I
Her
only learned how
type.
to spell Suki like 3 episodes ago, by the way, because I'd never seen it written.
You know
Because
what?
I'm
Originally, I misspelled it all over this, even though I actually did know. And I'm like, wait, is this the original spell? I always forget. So this is actually the way to spell it: Suki.
okay. You wrote that she's a risky employee and then did all the accidents she's had. She's just clumsy. How would insurance cover Suki working there? It just raises your premiums. No insurance company would authorize this.
Yeah, she basically, but then she also stalked the reviewer and showed up to his house with risotto.
Oh, that's fucked up. Don't do
What
that.
you can get sued so hard for that. Never
Yeah,
work again.
she sets multiple things on fire. And she convinces Lorelai to hire and house Rune, and convinced Lorelai to go on a date with Rune to begin with.
True. Very
Terrible.
true.
Bad
Yes.
friend.
Which is weird that this next category is how she's a good friend to
She's a
Lorelai.
good friend. Offers to help sell her car to pay for Chilton. That was very sweet.
Yeah. She comes by with food when Lorelai had trouble moving moving the night of the dance. Yeah, Lorelai was injured, and so she comes by with food and gives her whatever she needs. She knows Lorelai and her habits of leaving her partner after 2 months, forgives quickly after Lorelai snaps at her, and she says, "That's all right, your feet hurt." In that ice skating
Yeah.
one. She doesn't care when Lorelai gives away the Bengals tickets without
That was
asking.
crazy. That was crazy. She bought the tickets. Lorelai gives them away, and then they have to buy new seats that are in the nosebleeds. No.
What
She
the
thinks
hell?
that's all fine. I know.
And Mayhem, I also thought it was Sooki, and now you're making me doubt myself, but I thought I looked it up, so
Well, I'm
maybe
not allowed to Google it, so somebody in there has to Google it because I'm not allowed to Google it. Lest I find I'll tell you I found a spoiler. I ran into a spoiler in the wild.
No, what was it?
Should I reveal this now?
I don't know. We'll reveal it in the next episode, I guess.
All
I
right,
don't know.
stay tuned for season 2, episode 1, where I revealed my new spoiler.
I'm so excited about that. Okay. Lorelai borrows Suki's car while Suki was freaked out over Jackson being in her kitchen. No questions asked. Can I borrow your car? Here are the keys. Now, I feel like I could do that. Like, I'm in for the night, you go ahead. But it's very, very sweet. It's, you're responsible for that car.
Yeah.
Tries to calm Lorelai about taking the trust fund from Trix. She's always like, hey, everything will be okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, and then we get to Tristan. Mm. There's only two ways that Tristan behaves: harassing Rory or
Or
messing
messing
with
with
Paris.
Paris. Those are the two shades. Those are the double side. What are his redeeming characteristics?
Oh my God, I'm spelling Suki wrong. And I spelled it Sooki originally. And then I did a find and switched everything to Suki because I'm an idiot. So
Wow. Are you getting reamed in the comments? Are
it's been
people
confirmed
are
by
you have
multiple
you ever
people.
even seen the Gilmore Girls? So now I'm
Oh,
never gonna know how to spell it.
yeah, it's probably best. You can never accidentally type it. It's just terrible.
Yeah.
All right. Well, here's Tristan in his harassing of Rory. He made her life a mess, a nightmare in school by calling her Mary every other second. As soon as he walks into her birthday party, which by the way, he's the one who told her, "Oh, I guess I'm coming to your birthday party," knowing she hates that. Then when he enters her grandparents' house, he goes, "Can I have a birthday kiss?"
Yeah. And then
Ew.
sucks up to her grandfather. So the grandfather's like, there's a nice young man
Mhm.
because he presents well, because he's, well dressed and from
That's
money.
and because he knows his grandfather and they're friends, they're in the same circle.
Right,
He
right.
also asks Rory to the dance and pretends Dean is made up.
Yes.
He fights Dean at the dance.
Yeah,
This is
that
a
was
person you
great.
like. He expects Rory to go out with him because he got PJ Harvey tickets and gets mad when she doesn't. He actually says, "Hey, I'm kind of getting sick and tired of this."
She never said yes. She never even hinted that she was close to say. She never wavered on not wanting to go with him. She wasn't like, let me think about it. And then he got anxious.
Except for the kiss. But yeah, but that kiss was later. She was always like, "You must be on something," because I she was very, very clear. And then he messes with Paris. He pretends he's gonna ask her to the
Oh, that was
dance.
so mean.
It was so
So
mean.
mean.
You see Paris getting like, "Oh,
Are you free
uh,"
for the dance? Nah, you're not free. Oh,
so mean.
why go out of your way to be so mean?
And then he, in a different scene, when they're by the lockers, he gets up close to Paris and says, "I was really hoping we'd be in the same group. It would make the long hours of studying go by a lot faster." Dude. Then he asks her out and tells her he
And
did it
tells her he
because
did it because of
Rory
Rory.
asked.
Such an idiot. Doofus.
And then he lies to Paris and the Paris posse about dating Rory. Like you can't not know what you're doing when
Yeah.
you're Tristan.
Yeah.
That's
He's
not a thing.
he's primeval. And
Ugh.
then our final character is the third Lorelai, which is Trix. And I think this character is over the top and unrealistic too. She's extraordinarily over the top rude, and not just smug, and not just like unpolished. Like you don't know which fork is right at the dinner table, which is the classic like, oh, I'm from the streets. She's not any of those things. She's just downright rude, and I don't like it.
Wait,
Um,
and I said, that's kind of how Emily is, but you're saying it's not. But see, this isn't to her own child. This is to her child's wife.
yes.
She doesn't think the wife is good enough for her kid. And I think if Emily doesn't think that you're good enough for her kid, she's going to treat you the same way. But I know that not everybody believes that, but
I just don't see Emily being this balls out rude. Yeah,
okay. Well, here's what Trix did. She gives gifts and tells you what to do with them.
rude.
She doesn't look up because Emily asks her to. If I
If
wanted
I
to look
wanted
up,
to look up, I would.
and
So
then
the hell.
Emily has a headache basically because Trix is there and she goes, "Gilmores don't have headaches. Your mother is always sick."
The hell?
She turns to Lorelai and goes, "That's enough jokes for this evening, Lorelai. You're so fun, Trix." Uh, she'll plan the menu since Emily's an idiot. She calls for a car and actually comes out of her face saying, "Women
Women
shouldn't
shouldn't
drive."
drive. Yeah.
Okay. She takes back the trust fund idea
Yeah, and they're
because,
playing with people and their money is just not cool, ever.
oh
I can't
man.
believe you would make a financial decision like that and then pull it back just because of, like, I don't know. That's rude. That's not a nice thing.
Yeah, well, like I said, somebody said that I this was the one place where she might have good intentions because she was getting soft for Emily. Emily was having a hard time with the trust. She might have overheard it and said, "You know what? Let me give this girl a break and
Hmm.
take it back." I don't know. It's a theory that I never heard before until I read it. So, I don't know. Okay, now we're
Who
gonna
is
yeah.
I'm just curious who your favorite character is. Non-Gilmore
Um,
Girl character.
hmm. Well, Lane,
Mm.
but
Okay.
that's so egotistical of me because I see me in Lane. But so far she, except for that time that she omitted about the Dean thing, she's been there for people,
Mhm.
she's kind, she I understand her struggle with her mom, and she's still very much like, "Yes, mama," like
Mhm.
she's
Mhm.
trying, so I identify the most with her, and I think she's really, really sweet. But I
Okay.
also love Luke, and when I made my partner watch it, every time Luke came on, I would look at him and go, "That's you," and he's like, "I'm not Luke." I'm like, "But it's you."
Oh.
So, I mean, clearly I have a thing for Luke. So, but he shows up like that, He's just like he might not always be able to get emotionally um like me. Like he might not have the words sometimes, but I can absolutely rely on him. He's been to the hospital with me multiple times.
Right, right, exactly. Exactly.
Mhm. What about you? What's your favorite?
I mean, I think Luke, because I find him the most interesting textured character.
Mm.
Like, I think he has more to say and, like, they kinda developed him. He had, like, a pretty good arc
Hmm.
for the season. Um, but I'm really curious to see how they write Paris moving forward. I'm eager to see how Lorelai gets out of marrying Max because she better not. And, like, episode 1 better be, uh, "I was drunk when I said yes." Did she say yes yet? I don't know.
No, we left it at she's engaged.
She's engaged. Then, yeah, we we need her to come down off the amphetamines and, like, not be engaged to Max. I don't know. It's gonna be a mess. Or we need Luke to find out that she's engaged to Max and lose it, you know?
Mm. No face on me. I'm not making a face. This is my poker face.
And
Did you?
then Luke is gonna get mad at Rory when he finds out that she's getting back together with Dean.
Oh, right. Now he has to do
Because
something.
he's remember he beat him up. It was so weird. It
Who
was
does
so
that?
good.
But that's your favorite guy. He beats up on children.
I mean, everyone has a flaw. I mean, my boyfriend shows up for me, but every now and then he just beats the shit out of a 16-year-old randomly. Fine. That's how some people are. Yeah, that
No
was
one's perfect.
no one's perfect. Oh my god, that like he already said you can't get coffee here, which was so mean and over the top. And I was like, that's mean, telling him he can't get coffee there. And then it gets physical. And I'm like, you already banned him from getting coffee.
And look how easily we forgive him. We're like, Lane, you lied by omission. This is terrible. And we're like, Luke, you beat up a 16-year-old. Could you not?
Just because, yeah, no, you're right. I shouldn't forgive him for that. That was
Well, it's
ridiculous.
because it was comical in the show and it was just not, it wasn't meant to be
Right. If
serious.
Dean had ended up like in traction or something, it wouldn't be funny. If Dean had like a head injury because Luke slammed his head into a sidewalk, but like no, there was just a scrapple. It was like it was a weird fight. It wasn't like a good Fight Club fight. It was
Well,
like a
the response
wrestling.
in the chat is that I had to okay another comment because of the because of the wording on it.
Oh,
And
what
here
is
it
it?
is. I believe Carrie. She seems like someone who would date a guy who'd pummel a child. That's from Stack Mook.
I would date a guy who would pummel a child.
You know what? I know your boyfriend, and I even am aware of one of the physical altercations that he got in while while you guys were bike riding.
I forgot about that until just this minute. Yes, you did hear about a physical altercation.
In all fairness, this guy was probably 61, not 16. So
It's true. It's true. But even that story is like kind of hilarious.
yeah, and that guy started it for real, for real.
Oh yeah,
That guy
yeah, yeah.
started it physically. So
Yes, that
yeah.
guy
Mhm.
elevated it to physical.
It was bananas. The cops were called. It was amazing. So shout
Yeah,
out to you.
it's a good story. I'll save it for
Yeah.
the after party at the Emmys.
Okay. All right.
I'll tell
Look
it
out
then.
for that. Hey, click like if you want to come to our after party at the at the Emmys.
Yeah, that's how people get in by clicking like? We got to raise the bar on how people get into this Emmys after party. Hemda, we didn't talk about this. It's just a like?
Yeah.
No.
It's insider shit.
I want to know they're going to be dressed right.
I won't be dressed right, so I can't expect other people to.
I want Lorelai to make my dress. She makes
Oh
pretty dresses.
yeah. Oh, let's have an Emmy party where Lorelai makes it. This is now
We're
our
gonna
fantasy.
but you and I are planning a party where we all get bags of salad and pour the dressing into it and then
Mm-hmm.
shake the bag and then eat it.
And then we have small sandwiches of.
And we
I
have
still have your list.
IV bags filled with coffee.
I still
Yes,
have
and I
your
wrote
list of
down all
like
of your
what
sandwich
kind.
needs. What episode
Your
did we do this?
I have a list of your sandwich needs, and they include no roasted red pepper, no sprouts, crisp bacon, blue cheese, yes hummus, yes tahini, tzatziki, gyro equals yes, no pumpernickel or rye, and yes ciabatta and focaccia. I mean, who's against ciabatta and focaccia?
I
Please,
mean, can
please.
I give the list of things that you're
Do you have it? Mine is so long.
This is your sandwich likes and dislikes. Do you want me to read it to you?
God, I don't know.
Or should we make people listen to this episode? This is in the
Oh, it's in our pre-show.
this is when the post show.
Oh, in the post show.
This was after episode 18 we had this conversation. It was recorded, but it's not
Yeah,
available to
let him
everybody.
go to the thing and hear my psychosis because it was bananas cuckoos.
I was
So
like, I'm gonna make
that's
you I'm like, we should, because we started talking about like doing tea sandwiches, like little tea
mhm.
time sandwiches. And I was like, oh, let's make dainty, cute little sandwiches. What kind of sandwich do you like? And then it was a 40-minute conversation.
Because I was like, you wouldn't like me when I have sandwiches. It's
Yeah.
just bad. I'm so picky. So yeah. Which speaking of, that's from our Patreon. Go to gilmorefriends.com. We still have a little bit more of this episode, but thank you for supporting the show. We have some of our Gilmore friends in the chat. That's really helpful. The comments, the liking, the sharing. I'm so glad that we got to season 2. I want to get all the way through, including a year in the life, which and here's the predictions by Carrie. I put them all together. Some of them will have your head explode if you already saw the whole series, and some of them are just her wishes and wants, which is hilarious. So, would you like to read it, or would you like me to read it?
I can read a couple of them.
Okay.
Um,
So that's the episode 1
oh,
is
this is in episode order. I see.
yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
Okay. So yeah, Lorelai gets her own inn eventually. That happened in episode 1. Michelle better cheer up. Did I say that?
You said that.
I still hope that.
That's a
Uh,
quote.
hopes the Lorelai finds love. Cafe dude is in the running. That guy never appeared again. He had literally one line. And all right. So are we giving me a like a 1 in 3 so far?
Sure. Yeah. Okay, so In episode 2, Rory's gonna get arrested for doing whippets.
I don't even remember saying that.
That's one of my favorites.
She's gonna get arrested for doing Hey, it could
In
still happen.
episode 2, you also predicted that Tristan is bad news. And okay, this is a quote, has date rapist written all over him.
Yes, he does. I stand by
But
that.
yeah, he's very see, I don't want to
Doesn't
say
take no for an
incel,
answer.
but
He doesn't
yeah,
understand no. He doesn't
right.
hear no.
That's
That,
true.
you
Yeah.
know,
You also said Paris is bad news.
that's right.
Things are gonna get messy with the coffee shop guy, and Ian is in the running.
Who's Ian?
I think he's the Chilton dad.
Oh yeah.
Which
That's right.
he seemed like good prospect.
That's right. Because he hit on her, right? Wasn't he like,
Mhm.
I'm gonna come over? All right,
And she was into it. Instead, she went for the teacher, but okay, that's
episode 3, I said Rory's developing her own taste, so there might be push-pull with Lorelai. Well, that's the whole series. Good job, Carrie. Michelle needs to get fired. I still think that. And it needs Luke to lighten up. And he did. And I predicted that, and he did. He did lighten up.
in
I give
episode
myself a 2 out of 3 on that.
in episode 4, you just wanted more Lane and Miss Patty. That's
I
it.
stand by that for sure. Episode 5, I said more is going to happen with this Max character. And I said I wanted more Paris. And I think Luke is going to come up again.
Okay, imagine me not like trying not to lose my mind over some of these. Okay. Okay. Number 6, episode 6, all you said is that things get complicated when Lorelai confronts Rory about Dean. Rory didn't tell Lorelai that her and Dean are seeing each other.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It kind of did. What did I 7? Episode 7, I said Dean dies of nut asphyxiation.
He mentions that he has a nut allergy, and you were so convinced that he's just gonna die
Nobody
of
says
nuts.
that on screen unless, you know.
Do you know how badly I spelled asphyxiation? I had to like I
Yeah,
had to ask
asphyxiation.
I had to ask a robot how to
Luke and Lorelai will get drunk and kiss. Not yet. The rocking chair that Lorelai bought at Mrs. Kim will come up again.
You were so into that.
Because it was such a plot point, that episode. Weird.
Okay,
All right.
episode 8 is one of my favorite predictions. You said you don't see Max and Lorelai making it. They're now I don't know if they're engaged. He's now asked her to marry him. And Luke will fight Max physically.
Yes. I still think that can happen. I'm giving myself to be determined on both of those.
I'm not laughing because it's true or false. I'm just laughing.
Episode 9, Dean and Rory will be okay, even though Rory had to run home after the dance.
Yeah, that's just context.
Well, they were okay after episode 9, but not
You were right
after.
about that. Yeah,
Okay.
you were right about that. Number
Okay.
10, Christmas goes well between Rory and Dean. Dean gets her something over the top, and Rory will get something simple. You said like a book, a mismatched present, but we didn't get to see Christmas.
We didn't get to see Christmas.
Yeah. Lorelai will wake up and start lusting for Luke. That better happen soon, you said. And then you said, maybe Richard's near-death experience will give Emily some goddamn chill.
Goddamn chill.
Yes.
Well, that didn't happen either. So I give myself a 0 on episode 10. Episode 11, I predicted Lorelai and Max are broken up. Suki and Jackson get married. Paris and Rory will be friends. Huh.
Now, Gilmore Friends can't respond to that yet. So,
I mean, all of those remain to be seen.
yeah. Episode 12, you had a bunch of predictions. Number 1, eventually Mrs. Kim softens and becomes more, quote, American. And you said, quote, American. Wants Lane to...
What the hell did I mean by that? Okay.
Wants Lane to bring a boy into her sex lair.
Yes, I do want Lane to bring a boy into her sex lair.
Hope that Rune dies a horrible death.
Sorry,
Doesn't
Rune.
think Todd comes back, doesn't think Rune comes back, then thinks that Rune and Todd will fall in love.
All right, I covered my bases.
Yes.
Either one doesn't come back or the other doesn't come back or they fall in love.
Hmm.
Yeah, still could be. And Rune did come back. Oh, so I got that wrong. I got that way wrong. Rune definitely comes back.
Hmm.
Okay. Episode 13, I revealed that the Friends and Gilmore Girls are in the same universe
Because
because
of
Rachel
Rachel
Green is
and
Rachel.
Geller,
Yeah.
Paris Geller. Mhm.
And Suki is a sex worker, and that's how she can afford her house on the the chef salary.
Which, by the way, so in the Friends universe, that happens after, and I do wish that they would have made Rachel's sister Paris, because they could have done that. I think it would have been appropriate. That would have been very, very cool.
Mm.
Because that happens after, and they could hire some, but whatever. Episode 14, Carrie predicts there's going to be a love triangle with Lorelai, Luke, and Chris. There's also going to be Lorelai's parents hate Chris, and Rory's going to get attached to Chris and he'll leave, which kind of happened. Yeah.
Not as much as I thought it was going to be, though. I thought she was going to have like a tearful
Mm.
reckoning with his flightiness, but she didn't. Not
And she
it
was
wasn't.
she was pretty forgiving of all of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Episode 15, I said this is not the last we've seen of Christopher. I stand by that. Chris's romp with Lorelai is going to threaten the relationship with Luke, even the friendship. Luke will lose interest. Well, that didn't happen at all. Damn it.
Episode 16, Carrie predicted Luke will see that Rachel is poo poo. You actually called her poo poo. You said that in 1 or 2 episodes, Luke and Lorelai will smooch.
I've
Your
been saying that
words.
since I don't know
That's
what
true.
this is. They're stringing us along.
You also said that Lorelai at some point will turn evil.
Rory will at
Oh,
some point turn evil.
right. And doesn't think Rory and Dean broke up after the car scene, which you were right about. Yeah.
No, I was wrong about because they did break up.
Oh, you're right. Oh,
Yeah.
that's true. Yeah,
I was
yeah,
like, they didn't
yeah.
really break up,
Sorry.
did they? And you were like, I don't know.
Oh,
And then
that's
they
right.
did in
Yeah.
episode 17. Episode 17, I predicted a Tristan Dean love triangle, which is like, durr. Rory doesn't end up with Tristan, but he pursues her harder now that they smooched. And that was kind of true. That kind of
You were
happened.
right. Yeah.
By the time Dean gets his head out of his ass and demands Rory back, she won't want either of them.
That was wrong.
That was
Okay.
wrong. Max and Luke trouble. Still hasn't happened yet.
I like this
Rach-
next prediction.
You want to read it?
Okay. Rachel dies a horrible death. And this is very specific. This is a quote from you. She gets a damn sweatshirt back and she trips over a honeybee on the street and smashes into a cinder block and dies. That's how you felt about Rachel.
I was so close.
You are very
She
good.
did trip over a honeybee.
Oh God, it's not.
I was so close. I'm really sorry that didn't happen. No, they just say goodbye in the diner. Who cares? Want Lane and Henry to get married. And so does Mrs. Kim. I think they're setting it up. Although we only saw Henry the one episode, right? And then they're on the phone.
You're right, yeah. No,
Okay.
we saw him in school also, asking Rory about. No, we didn't. I don't remember.
Was that a spoiler?
No.
Okay. In episode 18.
So you said we're never going to see Trix again. Christopher will come back. There might be an inheritance episode where Trix is going to die in the series, and Paris and Rory will patch things up.
Yep.
I'm going to make no face on that.
I think all of those are going to happen. In episode 19, I said there will be a cliffhanger about Rachel leaving and Luke having to make a tough decision. That's sort of
completely
happened.
off.
Yeah. Luke and Rachel have a tearful conversation about how they liked each other, how they did like each other. They kind of did.
Yeah, yeah.
in her leaving, scene. We don't know who Luke will choose until season 2. I was right about that. Lorelai will open an inn. That's coming. Rachel gets abducted by aliens. Poochie goes back to his planet. Rune burns the inn down. Rune steals Rachel away from Luke, and Rachel moves into the shed.
I love that one. Also, the steps on a bee thing. Stackmook is saying, "What is this, my girl?"
Oh,
Oh, oh. If you haven't
nice.
seen My Girl, you should.
I haven't seen it,
Um,
but I know what he's talking about. It's the only thing anyone ever talks about, My Girl.
you have to see My Girl.
Okay. Do I have to see the Gilmore Girls too? Why don't you just dictate all of my watching habits? Sorry, you
Okay.
froze when you were laughing. And for a second, it looked like you were really mad. I'm glad you're laughing. Okay.
Okay. Episode 20. Sorry.
I just read it.
Okay.
Episode 20, I predicted Rachel gets hit by a lightning bolt and explodes. Then I predicted Tristan, Rory, Dean love triangle, but we might not get into that this season. Still could happen. Rachel confronts Luke, saying it's obvious you like Lorelai, and I'm gonna go so you can be together. And that was correct.
That was exactly correct. And we did have comments on YouTube saying, "Hey, you guys never acknowledged that Carrie was correct on that." So
Boom.
credit where credit is due. That was
Ooh,
right
ooh,
on.
ooh, ooh, ooh.
And I'm going to take credit for not making a face and going, "Holy, oh my God, she just did
Right.
it."
And I said one way or another, next episode is Rachel's last. Either she gets hit by a lightning bolt and explodes, or she just leaves and trips on a honeybee. One way or another, she's out.
There's more. The final episode of the
I got
season.
punchy with my predictions somewhere in mid-season.
Just okay. So in the final episode of season 1, you predicted Luke and Lorelai have to get together now.
Yes.
Max gets rabies and dies. And season 2 begins with the new school year. We missed the whole summer. Oh.
I'm so sorry. I stand by those.
Oh my God. Okay.
Yeah. No notes.
Oh my goodness. So, okay, when we were getting this set up, it was Carrie's idea to have the trivia and the predictions, and that has become some of my favorite parts. I don't like so we review the whole episode and then we get into the trivia. And I would love to know what people think of the trivia and the predictions because it's some of my favorite parts. And I don't know if this was a different show or a different time in my life where I would be like, oh no, that's just trivia, that's behind the scenes. I'm just staying for the rap. But
Mhm.
oh my God, the trivia has been blowing my mind. The predictions, I mean, we just lost our minds here. So, I mean, let us know what you think. Have I surprised you with stuff? Has Carrie, you know what? You know what I would love if you guys say the percentage that you think Carrie's right. I mean, obviously all the deaths are just fire.
Well, some of these are going to be like I'm realizing now series long predictions and not season long predictions.
Which bothers me because I can't respond to it. I just have to
I
like
know.
sit there.
So like Rory and Paris could get married the end of season 7, and then I could look back and be like, I called it in season 1, and you'd be like, yeah, duh, you idiot, you know.
And see, now that we have it on a spreadsheet, we can
Yes.
really refer to it.
Now, see, like you took the time to put this all on one thing where my predictions range from something's up with Luke to Max gets rabies and dies.
It's a pleasure. It's such a pleasure.
So
I think we will.
they're kind of all over the map. You could tell where I got.
We were always meant to be Gilmore friends, is what I'm
Mhm.
finding. This is our Gilmore wedding. Thank you for attending. I
Yeah.
hope I hope I don't get rabies and die. Star Trek is saying, love the trivia and predictions. Keep them coming. Mayhem is saying, you're 110% right.
110% right. About the what was it? Rachel gets abducted by aliens.
And when you said that on the show, I was like, wait, abducted or she returns to her home planet? So,
Yeah. No, abducted.
yeah.
She doesn't belong with them.
Oh, you guys, click all the buttons. That's how we can keep going. Thank you for all of the.
Thank you for clicking the buttons
Yeah.
and even though I can't read the comments anymore, Hemda does relay the funny ones or the interesting ones to me.
And also, I have them all on a spreadsheet. So we'll be doing these lives more. So make sure you're subscribed on YouTube so that you can chat with us. Or I know there's some people just listening, and that's fine too. We love the comments. We love just the listeners and just being a part of this. Obviously, I'm obsessed. And obviously, we're all trying to get Carrie as obsessed because it's important to our life and our planet. I mean, this
Yes.
is
For
serious.
the health of Earth. And the reason you should watch on YouTube instead of just listening is so you can see the hand gesture that Hemda and I do. Otherwise, you're fine to listen. Just listen because I'm a listener. Not yeah. But thanks so
Yeah.
much for joining us any way you can, any way you do. We love it. We love that you're here. And we'll see you for season 2. Very
Oh my
excited.
God. That's
Next
right.
Tuesday.
Good night, everyone.
Good night.
Mm, 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 mm.
Uh,